What's up? What's up? What's up, everyone? This is JC, and welcome to the Wealth Engineering Podcast. So, if you're new here, I create content to help you increase your net worth, retire early, and build generational wealth. So, if you have started your financial journey or you're about to start, this is the right place for you. So, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. So I see many of you are here already. See you guys active on the chat, and you've seen the topic, you've seen the title. We have a lot to talk about. A very interesting topic. A very interesting topic. I've been in these forums, streets, and yes, I've seen because I'm in a lot of groups, right? Communities where people can share ideas, questions about investing, and one of the common questions that I see coming out is the stock market is down. Where should I be invested? What's going on here? So today we're going to ask basically right now, where should you be invested? And we're also going to have this perspective of 2022 because, hey, we're basically November, we're almost December. Soon we're going to be 2022. So may as well as thinking of both ways. Where should you be now? Where should you be in 22? And guys, as you know, but before I continue, I want to give some couple shout out very quickly. Shout out to you before the billions for being first in the chat. Salute to you. PS, thank you for coming here. I think that's the first time I've seen you here. Let me know where you find my channel. Very curious. John Thomas, hey, nice to see you here. Hopefully you'll stay along and then we can have a nice discussion. If you have any questions, let me know, and then on the chat, and I'll be able to address them as I go along. And also, I'm thinking of doing a call-in show. So I don't know yet. I'm thinking about it, but we're going to go through the material. And if you guys wants to come up, let me know in the chat, and then I'll send you a link where you can have a discussion, give us your thoughts. Maybe you can want to ask your questions in person. So we're going to go through all that today. And yes, I'm very excited. So again, what are we going to talk about today? We're going, as you know, I have a bias. I have a bias. I have to admit it. When it comes to crypto, I kind of lean more in the crypto side. I have a background in engineering. I love technology. I love finance. Crypto is like the mix of these two to combine. So it's like a dream come true. So when I'm investing in crypto and I'm doing research, it doesn't even feel like I'm investing. It feels like I'm having fun. It feels like I'm working, actually. Well, not working, but it feels like I'm doing something very interesting. So I'm very passionate about crypto and I love crypto, but I love money. So should I be in crypto or should I be in stock market? So we're despite my bias, I'm going to approach this in a rational manners. We're going to analyze the facts because there is the rumors, there is what people say, but the chart shows the story, right? The chart shows the facts. So we're going to rely on the charts today, and I'll give you a crash course about chart reading very early so that you can follow along. So if you don't know how to read a chart like a trader, well, at least you'll have some quick basics on today's video, and then we'll be able to review some. So we're going to talk about the stock market, and we will be evaluating that from year to date, right? So from January 1st, 2021 until today, and see kind of like from the gain perspective where are we landing there. So we'll do that for stocks, we'll do that for cryptos. We'll talk about the future of the stock market because hey, we gotta talk about 2022 and beyond, and we'll do the same about the crypto market. What does the crypto market looking like in the next year, next 5 years, next 10 years? So I'll be giving you my opinion as well. And then yes, we'll go from there. And then if you have any questions, we can go from there. And you can ask on the chat, and I'll be happy to see what you guys have to contribute. All right, so I have another one here. What's up, JC? Thank you for showing up. DJ Flip, always here. Thank you for your support. And guys, we're almost at 1K. So 1K subscribers is the goal. We might even get there before January 1st. So thank you very much for everyone who's been here, liking the videos. It means a lot. And then also share it with you guys. So if you have any videos that you think someone else might enjoy or learn from, please share it. Really love that. So Lydie Longmer, Lomen, sorry, Lizzie Lomen. Hi, JC. Hi, Lizzie. So, well, blind guy, his wife, their life. Nice to see you. Salute to you. And PS, thank you. Thank you for coming here. Oh, nice. Okay, nice to see you too. I'll shout out to you. All right, guys. All right. Let's get going. Let's get going. So, stock market, right? Again, very rational. So, stock market, there's a lot of company in there, right? That is the traditional way of building your portfolio. So, either whether you do it on your own, whether you do it through the bank, whether you do it through um, your work, for example, your work can take a contribution from your paycheck, allocate that in the stock market. For some of you are in the states, so it's a 401k. In Canada, we have that on RRSP. So that's basically where what the stock market would be used for, to grow your wealth. And it depends on who is managing it. It could be you, it could be the bank, it could be a financial institution. But at the end of the day, um, there is many ways you can approach it. You can approach it in a very conservative way, right? You approach it in a very conservative way where you invest in, let's say, a stable companies that have a lot of history, that pays a dividend. Things like this are signs that a company is doing well, because if they can pay a dividend to their investors, well, that means they're doing good enough. They have enough profits to spread it around, right? And then, so that's a good signs. You can also go kind of like a little bit intermediate, where you go a little bit risky in stocks like Tesla's, for example, that has high growth. And then you divert your portfolio and conservative stocks as well. They call them the blue chip stocks. And after, or you can go super risky, right? Super risky, and that's kind of like the penny stocks, stocks that are worth like less than a dollar. Sometimes they're worth a dollar or two. Less than $5 is basically a penny stock. And then, yeah, these stocks sometimes they can skyrocket like crazy. But it's rare, and there's a lot of companies. The reason why they're worth a penny is because people are not seeing the value out there. And maybe they have reasons, so maybe have their reasons to not jump in these stocks until they see more coming from this company. So kind of like that's how you would break down a portfolio. And sometimes when you go to your bank, they might ask you, hey, what do you feel like? Do you feel like you're conservative? Can you handle the swings? Or are you like, are you a risky guy, or are you conservative, right? They might ask you all that in a bank, and then they design a portfolio. But at the end of the day, whether you're conservative or risky, you still care about gains. You don't want to lose money, right? You don't want to lose money. That is consistent in all types of personality. And yes, you want to make some money. Some doesn't mind doing it slow, but definitely get there, versus some of them, they don't like having it slow way. They want to have it fast way, right? Well, the same applies for crypto. To give you perspective, the most riskiest cryptos, or the most riskiest stocks in the stock market, are kind of like what we call in the crypto world the blue chip stocks, or the blue chip cryptos, right? Because cryptos in general are a very risky market. And but they're risky in a good way. They're risky in a way. Most of the market is going up. There's an uptrend in there, but eventually you find projects that they have a lot of push, a lot of marketing into them, but there's not necessarily a lot of value to back them, right? And that's why they crash. But the ones that have values in, they can still have swings, like very volatile, but in the long term, it's going up. And but for how long, right? Because it may go up now. The last 10 years, the stock market's been going up, but how long? How long is that going to last? Well, the same thing applies for cryptocurrencies. How long is that going to last? We don't know. But maybe tonight I'm going to go over the charts, and then you can see how it works. You can see how what it's like, and maybe we can take some insight from the past and see what may happen in the future. So that's basically how a trader works. They look at the history patterns, and then they try to decipher what's going to happen in the future. What is most probable? Most probable. It's kind of like a stat game, a statistic. So that's basically what a trader is mentally doing. He's developing his skills. He or her might develop their skills into kind of like see the charts and then come up with a probability number of there is this has a 68% chance of going on the upside. This has a 33% of going on the downside or something like that. So that's what a trader is doing. And today we're not going to trade it, but we're going to think of the market like traders so that we can see what's going on. But think of it as long-term traders, right? Long-term traders, long-term investors. That's what we're going to approach the market in, and we're going to go from there. But I see more people joining in. Thank you guys for coming in. Hi, Natasha. Hi. Hello, hello. Hello, Melissa, as well. If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat. Either you put a Q or you write questions, and then we'll go from there. It helps me see it from here. All right. With that said, guys, I'm going to share my screen with you, and we can go look at the computer together. I'll walk you through how to read those charts, very basic, and go from there. All right. So let me make these charts very clean before I share it so that you don't feel too stress about it. And then let's go from there. All right, so here it is. Okay, guys, so this is a chart. Now, it might look complex to you. It might look like you might feel scared about it, but it's very simple. And let me show you how it works. Sometimes you might see a line chart. Like if you go on Yahoo Finance, for example, and you look for stocks, it's going to be all a line, right? We could have that too. But when you have it like this, it gives you more information that can be valuable and can help you predict the market. So when you see traders are seeing charts like this as opposed to line, is because they're trying to decipher patterns that could give them an edge, some information that they can have and leverage that to make money. So that's basically why people do it like this. And to keep it simple, when you see it green, it simply means the price. So before we look at the candles, we first have to look at the timeline. So in a chart, it doesn't matter which time you choose, but you can choose many times. You can choose one day, and that means every candle represent a day. It could be 2 days. That means every candle represents 2 days. It could be a week, right? And it's the same logic. Every candle represents a week. You could go a month, and you can even make custom timelines where you want to see 12 months, for example. So this is a custom timeline that I've made, and I can see 12 months. So every candle represents a 12-month period. And they call this candle because something like this, for example, there is like a mesh on the bottom side, and then there is, you can see like a little twinkle here, a mesh where there is like a on the upside. So imagine you would put a flame right here on the top, and then that will that will light up a candle, right? So that's the logic, and that's why I call it a candle. But it's very simple. And you can also go in hours, 12 hours, for example. You might do it that way, and every candle represent 12 a 12-hour section. You could go 1 hour. You could even go in a 5-minute sections, and that's a shorter time frame. So the shorter time frame you go, the quicker the decision making has to be done. The shorter the time frame of your investment is, and the longer the time frame is, therefore the longer your investment is. So let's say you were like a long-term investors, you were looking to hold something for like 2 years, 3 years, then you would most likely be looking at the candle for a month. So every month you would try to see the pattern, and then based on that, you would be evaluating what's the most likely pattern to happen in the next couple months, right? So you see a lot of lines here. I can clean all that together. So that's basically what you're seeing here. And to give you another crash course, it's if you see a candle green, it all means that at the beginning it was the price was here. Okay, so let me actually choose an index. So I'll choose an index here. So it only means that let's say we're looking at this candle right here. So this candle represents the month of November for the S&P 500, right? And it simply means that right there, this is the price at the beginning of the month. So this, we're talking about November 1st when the market opened. Let's say it was a Monday. So Monday exactly at 9:30, that was November 1st. Therefore, that the price was right there at the beginning of the month. And then now we're still in the month of November. So this candle hasn't closed yet. But whenever that candle closes, the price on the top part will be the closing price. And because it was open here and then it closed here, that's an uptrend. It's going upward. Therefore, it is green to symbolize that it's bullish. Bullish means it's basically going up. It's long. There's all these are terms to symbolize a price is going up. All right. And the reverse is the same for a red, like green, no, sorry, a red candle. So that means on this month of September, the market opened exactly at that price, right? And then at the end of September, let's say September 30th or something, then when the market closed, that candle closed as well, and that was lower than the opening price. So whenever the closing price is lower than the opening price, that is a red candle, and whenever the close price is higher than the opening price, that is a green candle. All right. So that's basically what and this is the closing and the opening is referred in the trading world as the body of the candle. So that fat solid chunk that you're seeing here is called the body of the candle. And then those little lines that you see here, like this one, for example, it has a long line on the bottom side. So that part is not the body. So it's, I call it the mesh. There's many different names for it, but basically what you're seeing here, whenever you see a small line as opposed to the thick body, it simply means, let's say on this month here, month of February, it opened here, it closed here, but sometime during the month the price actually went all the way up, all the way here, and then it went down, and then it closed right there. So that's the story that this candle is is symbolizing. All right. So just with a visual way, it shows you how the candle works, right? So it's the same thing here. If we're looking at this thick and very long line on the bottom here, so what you're seeing is the for the March month of March 2020. We know what happened there, right? CV19, everything was closed. So it basically means the market was here. Okay, the price was around 298 for the S&P 500 ETF. Then it went up at some point during the month, and maybe somewhere halfway the month it went down, and then it went down. It went lower than the opening price, and then it went all the way down. That's where it stops right here. It stops right there, and then it closes. Let me see if I can. I don't know if you guys can see. Um, I don't know if you guys can see it better. Let me know if I turn off the dark color. Would that make it better? Let me know in the chat. We call the thin part the wick. Actually, yeah. It's in French we say mesh, but in English we call it the wig. Shout out to you, Melissa, for pointing that out. Great point, great point. So let me know if the white in white you see it better. But you see that line here? That's basically what she's referring to. That wick. All right. So there's this candle here as a small wick, and this candle here as a long wick. All right. So that's basically a crash course on charts. It shows you opening, a closing, and the price movement within that time frame. Within that time frame, and right now we have selected the monthly time frame. We could do the same for a daily, and that is the most common used time frame for either traders and long-term investors. They love to use daily. So basically the same thing. That this day right here, the price was opening here, it went all the way up, and then it went down at some point, and then it closed right there. All right. So in a crash course, that's basically how it works. And you can see there's a lot more green, then there are reds. That's why the price is going up. And whenever there is a lot more red, then there are greens, the price is going down. Right. So also, what people like to do is they use on indicators. They use indicators, and in this case, we're using. I'm going to use the RSI for an indicator, and the RSI it simply means a relative strength index. And what I like to encourage people to do is go on YouTube or go on Google search and just type basic. But the thing is, that's where the financial education comes in. Once you know what to look for, then you can go out there and search for it, right? But if you don't know what to look for, then you don't know what you don't know, right? So you don't even know what to look for. So an indicator is a tool that can be used to read the chart better, to get a different perspective from the chart. Different tools are measuring different things. So for the RSI, it's the relative strength index. So this one is basically measuring momentum and strength, right? So we can look, we can see what the definition says, and that's what I encourage people to do. Is really go on Google, YouTube, search for it. Investopedia is definitely a place you want to spend some time if you're a beginner. You want to spend some time there so that whenever you do a research, Investopedia shows up. Definitely click there because they have a very good way of small definitions, straight to the point, and yeah, when I was starting, they definitely that's a tool that definitely helped. So, what is a RSI? RSI is a relative strength index. Is a momentum indicator used in technical analysis that measures the magnitude of recent price change to evaluate overbought and oversold condition. Okay, in the price of a stock or other assets. That will come handy later, right? So the key word I want you to guys to keep in mind here, it's a relative strength, right? So it's measuring the strength of the market, the momentum, right? The momentum. And what it's actually trying to evaluate is overbought scenarios and oversold scenarios. What does the overbought would mean? Overbought simply means the stock is overvalued in a way. For based on the time frame, there is too much people who's buying it as opposed to the value that stays um, behind it, right? So that indicator shows you when the stocks gets to a level where it is overbought, and the same applies to oversold. Maybe too many people sell it, and then it sells it too fast as opposed to the value of the stock. And then there is also another way to measure to see it is the strength. If it's on the oversold area, that means the selling pressure is strong, and if it's on the overbought area, that means the buying pressure is strong. But sometimes it's also not a good indicator to know that, hey, if it's too high, there is not much room for it to go higher, right? So that can help you understand, well, if it's too high, whenever it goes high, it has to go low. It's kind of like the laws of physics, right? If it goes high, it has to go low, and if it goes low, it has to go high. It's a simple indicator. It is one of the oldest indicator used in technical analysis. And to be honest with you, if you're not doing swing trading, if you're not doing day trading, this is the only indicator you need. I mean, you're going to see a bunch of other indicators like MACD, there's moving averages, there's tons of them, and moving averages can be good as well. But at the end of the day, guys, trust me, with the RSI alone, if you're like a swing trader, if you are, let's say you're an investor, this is all you need. At this point right here, like I've made a lot of money using this indicator alone. And it's funny because when I first started it, I was doing all kinds of trading, day trading, swing trading. I had like 5 different indicators I was looking at once. And trust me, when you just pay attention to the chart, you let the chart speak to you, and then you're watching just the indicator to understand when it's overbought, oversold, and you focus on that, your decision is much clearer. You have less tools that can clutter your decisions. And yes, guys, you trust your judgment, and you can go from there. So yes, that's basically what the chart is showing now. So now that we have basic information on the what we call the candles, how to read the chart, and also the indicators, I'm going to use that as a way to evaluate both the stock market and the crypto market, and we're gonna go from there. All right. So before I get there, I see more people joining in. Shout out to you, J Bones. Thank you for always being here. Always, and we're almost at 1K, so we're probably going to do a party. So make sure you tune in for that, J Bones. What else? Oh, she stole my thunder. How you doing? You like the information, folks? Hit the like button. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for keeping them honest. Yes, guys, please hit the like button. It really helps with the algorithm, helps more reach it more people. Wally, how you doing, Wally? What's good? What's good? Um, thank you for coming here. All right, guys. So let's jump back and to we were almost there. Yeah. It's going fast. So hopefully we'll get there before January. But I think at this rate, we are doing very well. All right. So let's get going, guys. Thank you for the very good teaching. Thank you very much. All right, guys. So okay, so the what I like to do, okay, to evaluate this, I decided to go on a monthly candle. So we're going to watch each candle on a month. So every candle here represent a month. And then another way we can do it is we can um, we can do from January 1st, okay, January 1st of the year all the way to where we are right now. So that way we're going to have a percentage of growth, right? If the stock market goes up, we'll have a percentage and then of it going up. And if it goes down, we have a percentage. And that way we can evaluate, hey, this is what is happening in this market, and maybe it's happening, maybe our other markets are doing better, right? We're going to let the chart decide here. We're not going to make any opinions. We're not going to make anything else. We're going to let the chart speaks. Okay. So if I put it here, January 1st was this candle right here. Now, why am I looking at the S&P 500? Okay. The S&P 500 is basically like an index, and it has we group all basically 500 strong company in the stock market. So you can some people call them the Fortune 500. It's basically they're not necessarily selected by market cap. It could be a mix of market cap and then how many employees they have, basically returns, profits. So they choose a selection of 500 companies, and based on these companies, they put them together in an index, and they call it S&P 500. And if the stocks of one company is going down versus the other stocks of that company in this basket is going up, then that will have a different outcome when you do the average of all this, right? But for the S&P 500 to go up, it would means, I would say, more than half of the companies in there are actually rising in price. Therefore, the S&P 500 is rising in price. And the reason why people use this index is it's kind of like to have a macro view of either the entire market, either a specific section of the market. It doesn't necessarily represent one company. It might represent one industry, right? You can have an index for telecommunication, for example. Sometimes people use ETFs, right? You can have an ETF for telecommunication. So that way it groups a bunch of big companies in that ETF, and you can see how the telecommunication sector is doing for the year, for the month, for that day, right? So that's basically why people use indexes. And then the S&P 500 is a common thing that people use to evaluate the market as a whole. If this is crashing, then everyone is panicking because somewhere along the way, people are losing money. Your portfolio is going low. It could be your retirement fund. So who knows, right? So this candle right here is, and I'm going to delete that. I was doing something else. This candle right here is the January 1st. January 1st. Actually, you see below it says January 4th. It's because the first day of the market was open was the 4th of January. So that's why it shows January 4th. Okay, so if we click it right here and we do this, so based on this chart, since January until now, the market has gone up by 26.7%. Okay. So if you had put your money in the S&P 500 because let's say you didn't know which company to invest in, well, you basically invest on the entire basket that represent the stock market. Well, right now you would have had 226%. So if you put 10,000, you would have a 2,600. right? You're not losing money. That's the point of investing, right? If you had 100,000, well, you're doing good. You have a 26,000. So you're doing good. The point of investing is not going money. But the question today, right? What is the question today? The question today is, where should you be invested in your money right now? And we're also talking about the future. Is the market is always be going up? Is the market is always going to give you 26% within a year? Not necessarily. Some years it's not that. Look at this year, for example, right? From September 2007 to like March 2009. This is a period of 2 years right here, year and a half basically. Market's been going down, right? We also had similar scenarios like this, where in 2000, right, we had the tech bubble. We had a large tech bubble, which is kind of like what's happening right now with the crypto market. 1995, internet started to go global. Every company wanted to have a .com website. As soon as you had a .com website and you were listed on the market, you were doing great. So people were just buying, buying, buying. I think you also had the Nortel situation around that time too. And then yeah, the market kept going way up, right? Way up. And then after that, what happened? 2000, from 2000 to 2003, market's been going down. So when we ask where is the best place to invest your money, one thing you should keep in mind is you definitely do not want to get caught here. You do not want to be investing in worse. You do not want to buy here right at the top and then the next month this happen, right? That's definitely what you want to avoid. Like it's not as bad if you had bought here and then you never bought again, and then it went up and then it went down and then again it was going up again, right? At least if you were here, you did not lose money. You did not gain money when it reached here, because that's the same point right here. So at that moment right here, you would notice your portfolio didn't actually go up or down, but at least you're not losing your money. But is that really true? I think that's false. I think you are losing money. If you're here, let me use my, if you're here, okay, and then 3 years later, actually, that's not even 3 years later. That is 98. So 2000, that is almost 4 years, right? 4 years later, you had the same point that you started. Did you actually lose money? Yes or no? Let me know in the chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Did you lose money? Yes or no? Assuming that you 4 years later you got to the same point that you were when you started investing. Wait, I see she stole my thunder here. Bonsoir, mon ami. Comment ça va? Hello, my friends. How are you? Yes, I like that translation as well. That's exactly what she meant in English. I mean, she meant in French. But how are you doing? Hope you're doing good. Let me know. But let me know, guys. Let me know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think you actually lost money if, let's say, you put $1,000 in the stock market here? Okay. 2 years after, it went almost 100%. It went 86%. So that means your $1,000 is now $1,800, right? And then another 2 years after that, you go back, your portfolio went down, and then we went back to $1,000. So from the perspective of your initial investment, did you lose money? Yes or no? If that day you were at $1,000 and that day you're $1,000, what do you guys think? I'm very curious to see what you guys are gonna say. Let me see. All right. You lost money big time. And then what else? Yes, they lost money because of inflation. Absolutely. Loss of money because of inflation. Thank you. You guys are smart, wealth engineers. And that's it, guys. That is a very important point. So when we think about where we should invest, right? That is the question. Which market should you be invested in? The stock market or the crypto market? These are the two markets we're going to analyze today. But even in a scenario where you invested here, the market corrected itself, and then you went back to the same number you were 3, 4, 5 years from now, even though the number is the same, your purchase power is lower. All right. Your purchase power is lower because what $1,000 could have bought 4 years ago is not the same of what $1,000 can buy now. Right. So that's why, even though the numbers is the same, you still lost money. Okay. But if you had hold long enough, let's put it this way. At that moment right here, your portfolio is unrealized, right? You have not realized your gains or your loss. If you hold it long enough, therefore you'll be going up again. But your portfolio needs to grow at the very least higher than inflation, because otherwise you're not making money. If your portfolio only grow 4% and inflation is 4%, then you're not making money, right? It may look like you're making money, but you're not making money. For the same reason here, it may look like you didn't lose money, but you are losing money if your value is here and here. All right. So very important point. So when we think about the market, guys, and we think about where should we invest, this is something you need to keep in mind. Now, 2000, we had a crash. 2007, 2008, we had a crash. Normally, unhealthy market, we should see a correction every 5 to 8 years. Every 5 to 8 years, we should see something like this. This is absolutely normal. What is not normal is to see something like we have seen since 2009. Since 2009 until now, we've seen a market going straight up. And that means for an entire decade, from basically 2010 to 2020, overall, the market just went straight up, right? If we're taking the measurement here all the way to where we are now, the market has gone up by about 550%. 550%. That is definitely higher than inflation. I can tell you that. I can tell you that. Now, that means if you put 10,000 in 2010, 2009, now you would have basically 50,000. You went up by 5 times, 5x your money. But how long did it took to do that? That's another good question to ask, right? Because we're looking at the best place to invest your money. How long did it took to do that? It took 11 years, 12 years, if we include this year, to do that. 12 years, 5 times your money. I mean, that's good. I mean, in real estate, that's not something that happens often. You don't see in 12 years that your house goes up by 5 times the initial price you paid. It doesn't mean it can never happen. It just means that it's very rare that it happens that way. But can it go double the money that you put it? Like if you bought a house for 500,000, can it go 1 million? Absolutely. We've seen that all over the place in North America. So that is something that is there. So basically, year to date, the market is up 26%, and it's been going up for the last 10, 12 years. All right. Now, let's say we didn't want to look at the entire stock market, and we wanted to look at a specific stock. All right. So to make this comparison, I'm going to choose like kind of like the blue chip stocks, kind of like the high growth stocks in the stock market, and then I'll also do like the blue chip stocks and the crypto market, and we're going to compare them together. So for year to date, we have 26 for the stock market. Tesla, right? So what do we have for Tesla? So this is Tesla's chart. Tesla's chart is looking good, right? If we're looking at 2020, from 2020 till now, that's a lot of money. I don't think you see this often in the stock market, especially for a large cap stock, right? So January was here. January was this candle right here, actually. And then based on the price that we are now, this is where the year-to-date gain is. Okay. So that means if you're invested January 1st in Tesla, you would be making a 56% on your money right now. Great returns. It's higher than inflation, definitely. And you don't see that in every stocks, right? So one of the best performing stocks of the year, Tesla, is in the 56%. What is Apple is doing? If you're looking at Apple, we can go December, January, right? Let's go January. January is here. The opening was the up part here. And then right now, Apple is doing 21%. Again, these are like the fangs. These are their sometimes they're leading the entire stock market. When they start pumping, every stock starts pumping, right? What is Facebook is doing? Now they've changed their name and it says Meta Platforms Incorporation, right? They don't want to be called Facebook anymore. But are they making money? Are they making money for you guys? That's what matters. So January was here. The market went down in January, and this is where they are right now. So year to date, 23%, and this is one of the best stocks in the stock market, right? When it comes to Apple, not only it's a high growth stock, but it also pays dividend. Look at that. It's a perfect cash flow value investing strategy. And so right now you would have made 21% on the appreciation, and you would also make some money on the dividend. What else? Amazon. Amazon. Well, we're looking at the fangs, right? We're looking at the ones with that they say is the high growth. Let me know if there is a stock you want me to put in there as well in the chat. If you have your favorite stocks there, let's put that in comparison because sooner, just a few minutes from now, I'm going to start looking at cryptocurrencies. And all I got to say, guys, is make sure you show me some stocks that are having some high growth because I don't think there is a competition. But I got to remove my bias here. I gotta remove my bias, and then we're going to look at this, right? So January, we're looking at Amazon, right? This is where it is. Year to date, just a mere 9.5%, right? Mere 9.5%. Apple. This is Amazon. But the thing is, Amazon is like a 3,500, $580 for one share. That's getting expensive. Some people are looking at other ways to make money. Google, but hey, they use the fangs as ways to kind of like standards that the market is doing good. These are the greatest company in the states right now, so that's why the people pay a lot of attention um, to basically the stock market and also the fang stocks, right? And as I say, sometimes they're the big dogs that leads the entire market. When they move, the entire market moves. So if they crash, the entire market, I mean, not the entire, but a large portion of the market will crash. Look at this one. Google. Google is doing 67% year to date, right? So good numbers for stock, great numbers, great returns. Definitely beat any mutual fund. It's instead of investing in a mutual fund, if you had put all your money into just one stock, and that was Google, you did that at the beginning of the year, then you would be almost doubling your money because it's past 50%, 67%. Who knows how high it will grow next year, right? Hey, I see other stocks. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Let's see. Yeah, man, I'm telling you, bring me some competition, guys, because I'm actually going to try to make the fight a fair fight as possible, as fair as possible. We're looking at high cap, big cap, popular stocks. So we'll try to do like big cap cryptos, and we're not going to look at the small caps, right? But hey, if you guys want to know a secret on how I make money very fast, let's just say there is a lot more gains to make on the small caps. ISML Holding. I actually never heard this one before, but hey, it has dividends. It has dividends. What does the RSI say? On the monthly, the RSI. Okay, so very quick lesson. I didn't show up on the RSI. The reason why I have this line here, red, at 70, all right, is to symbolize the oversold, the overbought area. My bad. The overbought area. And then the reason why I have it green here, it's to symbolize the oversold area. Now, you might say, why is it not the other way around? Why is the oversold area not red and you have it green, and why is this overbought area not green, instead of red? Well, me, when I see overbuy, like get ready to sell, and when I see oversold, I get ready to buy. So that's why to me this is a green light. And the lower it is from this line, the more green light I have to buy and load up. And then the higher I see this, then the higher I get ready to sell. Like this is to me an alarming signal here. Like when we're like 80, 90 in the RSI where it's supposed to be 70 for overbought, this is way overbought, right? For this stock. And sooner or later it will fall. And that's what we're seeing right here. You see the timing of this indicator versus the timing of the stock for next month started correcting itself, and it's still correcting itself, but it hasn't even reached the normal level yet. So there might be another price drop on this stock, who knows? But it's still in the overbought area, and then it's building momentum. Remember, the RSI is a momentum indicator, so it's losing momentum, but when it loses momentum, eventually it will build it and it'll pump back up if it needs to. But in a nutshell, it's a great company. 60%, right? We can put it in the list here. Nvidia, and then after I'll jump into the cryptos. All right. So Nvidia Corporation. Hey, now with the metaverse, guys, this company could actually be making a lot of money because hey, people are going to need chips, computers, and all that. So all right, so Nvidia year to date. Ooh, look at that! I think that's probably the first. Um, no, was it? Yeah, the first 100% we had. Was it the Apple? No, yeah, that is the first 100%. Yeah, no other company gave 100%. So Nvidia has 146. Was it percent? That's good. So when you see 100%, guys, it means your money doubled. So 146%, you have a 1.46 of your money. So 1.46 times your money. All right. So that's basically what you're seeing as profit. So if you put $1,000, so you have an extra $1,000 and 460 on top of your $1,000. So that's what the percentage RI percentage means. And Nvidia is doing good. Hey, if you're invested in Nvidia at the beginning of the year, you more than double your money, and then you're on your way to triple your money. So we'll see. And it also pays dividend. That's a great pick for the cash flow value investing style that I love to teach and implement, right? But what is the question, guys? The question is, should you be invested in stock? Look at these guys. We're looking at ARK Invest. ARK Invest used to be the innovation ETFs, right? And so they were looking at the innovations. You know, Cathy Woods, she loves innovation. She's looking at the stocks that fits this criteria and puts all that in an ETF. And look at this, guys. Even innovation is taking a beating. Even innovation, although we're increasing in innovation, but the stock market is decreasing in price. We're minus 13%. If you're invested in innovation right now, shout out to Jay Edmond from the Black Sellers Club. This guy loves innovation. He loves Cathy Woods ETFs and any product that she does. But hey, man, it's not looking good, man. Minus 13%. This is fintech, which is weird. Fintech stocks are doing bad. They're going low, right? This is the year to date. Look at that. Minus 3%. Not as bad as innovation, but it's still in the negatives, right? Genomics Revolution ETFs. They're doing bad too. They're going low. This is January, year to date, minus 30%. And then we have next generation internet. I find this surprising. Next generation internet is doing bad. It's the ETFs are doing bad. I gotta show you guys the crypto version of this. Minus 2%. I mean, it's not too bad, and it can always correct itself. But if we're being fair here, year to date, this is a negative number, right? Now, guys, How about the crypto world? How about the crypto world? But before we jump there, let's check out the chat, see what's going on here. Please hit the like button. Absolutely, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, J Bones, for moderating. And always shout out to you. What else? I hope there is a price drop in ASML. Then I'll get a share or two. Yes. Yeah, go for it if you want to, right? Go for it. Well, it depends, right? Me, I say if you have no choice but to invest in the stock market, let's say, for example, your job was giving you 4% cash, 4% for putting some money in your RSSP, right? So this is definitely money that you need to grow your portfolio. This is free money, so you can't be slacking on this. You got to take as much as you can from your work because they're taking as much as they can from you, right? So in that case, if you have no choice but to go in the stock market, because if they're putting 4%, they're not gonna allow you to put it on cryptos, right? It's too risky. So if they allow you to put in stock market, absolutely, absolutely. But try to check this. At the very least, you wanna be on a 50 level. At the very least, if you put it on the daily chart, and another way you could do it, if you're on a daily chart and then you see it that it goes around 40 and then 30, this is a great buy for that stock you were telling me about, Natasha. If you see it here, it's a great buy. However, you also have to see at the long pattern. On the short term, that would be a great buy. But on the long term, if you want to hold it for like 5, 10 years, is it a great buy? That's the other question. And sometimes, most of the times, that's the first question that should be asked. What is the long-term pattern say? Right? What is the long-term pattern say? And what is a way that we can measure the long-term pattern? Well, we can put it on a monthly chart like this, and then we can look at an index. We look at an index like the S&P 500 that evaluates the entire market. And what does the S&P 500 say? Well, based on the S&P 500, the RSI say that it's overbought. It's been overbought for a while. It even had a divergence at some point where the indicator was showing a downward momentum and then the price was going upward. This is called a divergence. But it broke out of that divergence and it went up, but it's still up on the overbought area. And this is on the monthly chart. Another key thing to keep in mind, guys, and this is huge secret, and that's one of the things that gives me an edge by knowing and how to use this indicator. The higher the time frame, the stronger the indicator. The higher the time frame, the stronger what the indicator, the message of the indicator, the stronger it is. And the stronger it is, the most likely it is to be affected or impactful, right? So, for example, an overbought scenario on the daily chart is not as bad. Let me see again if I put it on white, you can see it better. Um, there you go. If you ever wanted to know how to change the chart, you can change the colors. This color will put it black. There you go. So that you can see. I don't know if I don't know which one is better for you guys. If it's black, me, I prefer black because I'm black. I gotta have my chart match my skin, you know what I'm saying? But for you guys, I have no idea if it's better. Let me know. I'll watch the replay to know if it's better or not. But um the stronger the time frame. Oh, my bad, my bad. My bad. Okay, now you should be able to. So let me know if when you see it in white, is it actually better than seeing it in dark mode? Me, I prefer the dark mode, but um, I don't know how it shows up for you guys. Let me know in the chat. So I'll leave it white for a while, and then let me know if you prefer the dark. So again, the stronger the time frame, the better, the more impactful is the indicator. Okay. So when you see an overbought area on a daily chart, it is not as strong as an overbought on the monthly chart, right? So an overbought on a monthly chart, when it goes to 50 on the monthly chart, will be a larger correction than you see on a daily chart. It goes from overbought and then it's on its way to 50. It's not as much of a drop. It's barely a drop in this one. It's just going sideways. Let's try to see the pass. So the pass we had, we didn't even, let's see, this area right here. This area right here, let me remove myself so you can see it. And let me remove you. Sorry, Natasha. All right, so this area right here is a scenario where the on a daily chart it was overbought right here, right? It went on the 50 zone, but on the price it just a small price reduction. It did like this. That's barely 3%, right? But if we go on the monthly, and then we see this area right here that is overbought. So this area right here is overbought, right? Then if we see the price correction, look at this. This is minus 40, minus 50, keeps going, minus 50% in the stock market correction. This is a recession, another recession, right? But this is a bear market. Like, this is a huge bear market. You might want to call it a recession at this point. If it drops more than 30%, and then you have 6 months worth of bad results, worse, everyone is worse than the other, then yeah, you are in a recession. So when you are in an overbought scenario on the monthly chart, you have to be worried about recessions, because last time this happened here, we had a recession. Now let me ask you this: here we had a overbought scenario for quite a while. It went to 50, and the price didn't really drop that much. So it's not always the case that it will be a recession, but it still dropped 13%, right? That was definitely bigger than what you saw on a daily chart. What else? We had a scenario like this, where while this was going down, the price was going sideways here, but we even had a fluctuation where we had a minus 20% correction. Okay. So when you see scenarios like that, look at this one. This one was way overbought for years. 96 was overbought, 97 was overbought, 98 was overbought. And when it finally corrected itself, well, what happened to the price? It reached the top, and that was another 56% correction, 57% correction. So you got to worry about the RSI. When you see the RSI is on the overbought, it doesn't necessarily mean it will be a recession, but it definitely means we're due for a correction, right? So when we look at the monthly chart and we look at the stock patterns, where is the best place to put your money? Is it the best place to put your money in the stock market right now, moving ahead with 2022? Maybe 2022 we might have a year where we stayed most of the year on top, but maybe also, as you can see, whenever we are on top, we have to correct to be at least on the 50 zone. What if this happened next year? What's going to happen to your portfolio? What's going to happen to your investment? So these are questions that you need to ask as you answer the question, where is the best place to put your money? So let me check the chat and see if you guys are okay. Oh, you guys are talking about the listed chart. Give me a second. Both of them mentioned stocks are into chips. Cool. I think you guys are talking with each other. Hey, what's up, Samsia? I always say Samsima. Samsima. All right. How you doing? How does the comparison between the index fund and the crypto space? How does the comparison between, like, Why am I comparing the two, or how am I comparing the two? I'm just simply comparing what the indicators say about, let's say, the index for the stock market, and I can do the same for the crypto market. For the crypto market, I don't have an index, but what I do have is I have every single cryptocurrency has a market cap. They add all of these market caps together, and then we have an overall market cap for the entire cryptocurrency market, and that can replicate itself in a chart. And this is invaluable data because it shows us a different pattern. It shows us what's happening there, and basically, just like the stock market in the last decade, it's been going straight up. And now it's at $2.5 trillion. This is the entire crypto market. I also have one. This is the entire crypto market minus Bitcoin. Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is about, right now, I think Bitcoin is about 40%. So that number right here, $2.5 trillion, that number right here is basically 40% of that number is the market cap for Bitcoin. So it kind of like gives you a biased results that Bitcoin is controlling a lot of that chart that you're seeing here. So that's why if you want to see we call it the altcoins, the other cryptocurrency other than Bitcoin, if you wanted to see just them, well, together there are $1.4 trillion, and then the pattern is the same because they always follow Bitcoin. Whenever Bitcoin goes up, the altcoins goes up as well. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm comparing kind of like the entire market of the cryptocurrencies. I'm comparing the indexes, and I'm also comparing like some big growth stocks like Tesla, Apple, Facebook, and I'll be doing the same for the cryptocurrencies, like what we call the blue chips. Um, the blue chips cryptos. So that's basically what I'm doing, and I'm doing that to kind of like come up with a fair evaluation to see what is a good investment for next year, and where should you put your money, right? Where is most likely to put your money. So let's see. Can't see again, JC. I know. Maybe I should just always leave it like that so that you can see. Merci infiniment. Okay, so yeah, I do. I do. Sorry. You're taking notes, all right? So again, what I was showing earlier is the total market cap. It says 2.5 trillion. This is all the market cap of all the cryptocurrencies added together shows up in a chart. So basically, if we're looking at one candle, right? Again, let me know. Is it better in white or is it better in dark? Let me know in the chat. I don't think I have seen an answer for that one yet, so I can't tell. So that month right here, October, it means the entire cryptocurrency market cap went from $2 trillion to $2.5 trillion. It's a giant candle. Boom. And then this month right here, the market cap is kind of like iffy, right? And it's probably because Bitcoin is going up. Bitcoin is going down on this month, and then the other ones are going up. So it's kind of like indecisive candle. It doesn't know which way to go, and then it hasn't exploded yet. It hasn't had a big body yet, right? So that's what's happening here. But if we put it here, this is the total market cap exclude BTC. That's what it says here, exclude BTC. So we are seeing the entire market cap of the altcoin, the alternative coins, the coins other than Bitcoins, and they're still doing well. These coins as well are, last month they had a giant pump. So XRP, what is XRP doing? Now you see that the chart is different, right? Man, I love the dark side better. Um, I'll leave it white, but I love the dark side better. So what is the XRP doing? So XRP is one of the cryptos that barely moved this year. Am I able to zoom a little? Yeah, let's see. Is it better in white, or do you like it better in dark? Can you see better when it's like this? Let me know which one you like, and then I'll leave it to whoever insert it first. But let me leave it like that just so that you can see XRP. January 1st. Again, guys, this is one of the cryptos that barely moved this year. Barely moves. Most crypto investors are complaining that they're not making gains from this. Leave it dark. Perfect. Only an answer. I got one. Thank you. Guys, this is one of the cryptocurrencies that barely moves this year. Do you know how many people on Twitter are mad about XRP right now? They're mad. They're like, man, this crypto barely moved this year. Barely moved. 300%. Crazy, right? What kind of world are we living here? We got people in the stock market. They see Tesla. They see Tesla, right? With 56%. Oh my God. I feel like a genius. I feel like a genius. It's 56% in my stock. Oh man. And then you have people in the XRP world. They're like, man, what's going on with the SEC? Oh man, XRP is at 300%. This is unbelievable. This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. 360. It means, guys, if you put $10,000 in January, right now, you have $37,000. That's what it means, guys. In less than a year, right? 20,000 US in less than a year. What else? We have Cardano. Cardano is being delisted right now in one of the exchanges. Delisting, like, this is a blue chip crypto. They have a good project. Long term, they'll do well. But right now, they're going through some turmoil. It's not always um, rainbows and shines. It's sometimes there are some turmoil along the way, and right now they are going through turmoil. Some people are not happy. They're like, man, I'm losing money. Like, I'm losing money on Cardano, right? Cardano is not fruitful, as they say. And look at this, 700%, and this is 798% year to date. 798%, may as well say 800%. So that means if you put 10,000 in Cardano in January 1st, as of now, you would have had basically almost $80,000 US, right? almost 10x. Or at one point this year, it did 10x. Look at this. At one point this year, it was 1,500%, right? From January to August, 1,500%. And guys, I know you. I'll remember to show you the chart again. But let me look at you in the eyes as I'm saying this, guys. I'm trying to be fair, so I'm not showing you the madness. I don't think I'll show you the madness in this video. I'm showing you what we call the blue chips cryptocurrencies. These are the blue chips cryptocurrencies. These are the ones that barely moves, right? These are the ones when they move 200%, people get mad. And then we were looking at the blue chips, the fangs, the reference point for the stock market, right? The reference point. This when we look at CNBC every day, they're gonna talk about the fangs. They're gonna show you them fangs. They're gonna be like, them fangs are doing good today. Oh, them fangs? Not doing so good. Elon Musk, he said something, them fangs are not doing good at all. And then what? What did we see on the fangs? Even Nvidia is beating the fangs, right? What did we see? But the highest I've seen so far, and I ask you guys to show me some stocks. Let's try to compete with this madness here. Because I'm trying to be fair here. Let's try to compete with this madness. Show me a stock that is at least 600% in year to date. Because this guy, man, this is a blue chip. That means it's the less risky ones. It's the one that with the less volatile actions, right? It's the one that you're not going to get massive gains, but you're not going to get massive losses as well, ish, because in a bear market everyone lose, but in a bull market that's how it works. Yet year to date 700%, we may say 800%, right? And right now, as I said, they're going through some trouble right now. They are being um yeah, they're being delisted in one of the, and this is a bad news. When you get delisted, that means less people have access to buy your cryptocurrencies, right? It's not a good news. You want to have more people have access to buy your cryptocurrency so that the price can go up. So shout out to you, Simsia. Come on, man. Don't give up already, man. Come on, man. I mean, I'm sure you can find something, man. I'm sure you can find something. Don't let me kill your dreams like that with the stock market, man. I mean, if you guys go worst case scenario, if you guys go on small caps stocks like the penny stocks, you might see one that might do 500%, right? But they are very risky. For every one that does a 500%, there are like 20, hundreds that are just not doing anything or losing money, right? So it's very risky move. What else we have? What else we have here? Look at this. CRO. I'm trying to be fair, guys. I'm trying to be fair. This one barely moved this year. It barely moved. Look at this. January 1st. If I was doing it and I didn't include this month, the month of November, it would have done a barely 200%. Barely 262%, Barely. But if I include this month, holy cow, eh? Look at that. Look at that. 1,400%. Mm? In one, guys, in 1 month. In 1 month, it went 300%, 365% in 1 month. We have some cryptos here. We have some stocks. In 2 years, they won't give you that. In 2 years, they won't give you that. Right? Rare are the stocks that can give you that in 5 years. Tesla did it in 2 years. If you did it in the scope of 2 years, yes, Tesla did a good job. But how many stocks like Tesla do you see? Right? Right? I might have to take profits soon because of the holidays. Guys, guys, this point right here is a great point. And that's why I'm having this video today. How did I title this video? Where should you be investing your money right now? But I'm also thinking of 2020-22. Shout out to you before the billion. Shout out to you. Great comment. Great comment. And I want you guys to take insights from this. Because what he said here, this is how millions and millions of people are thinking. Every year, we do see a dip around November, December. But last year, there was the dip, and then there was a massive boom in cryptocurrencies. But you do see a dip. So you could say when there is a dip, it could also be a good opportunity to buy cheaper. And if you are in the right market and you get a discount, you might have a scenario like this. Eh? Let me show you again, guys. Let me show you again. I don't know if you noticed this. In 1 month, you put $10,000. You're walking around with $36,000 profits on top of your 10,000. That's what you're seeing here, guys. That's what you're seeing here. This is madness. This is CRO. So yeah, I mean CRO. So why are they booming right now? I mean, I called it, guys. These cryptocurrencies, I said, if every cryptocurrency fails, this is going to be on a. If 99% of the cryptocurrency fails, CRO is going to be on the ones that will survive. This company has an impeccable marketing team like never before. They're better than most like billion-dollar worth companies in terms of marketing. They're like almost rivaling Apple when it comes to marketing. And to be honest with you, at this point, after the deal that they pull off this month, I think they beat Apple in terms of marketing. I think they did something that Apple never did. And that's why they're booming like this. And to be honest with you guys, don't be surprised if one day you see one CRO is equal to $10. I called it earlier this year in February. I made a video why Cathy Wood, how Cathy Wood helped me make $10,000 in investing in a $4.7 trillion opportunity. I said 4.7 T with a trillion T, not B. T. And right now, crypto.com is setting up themselves to dominate the digital wallet sector. And they're giving on board to cryptocurrencies, making it super easy for people to use. They also have the credit cards. Many cryptocurrencies offer credit cards, but crypto.com was one of the very first ones. And then it's one with the best marketing. That's why you're seeing this month. They announced a deal that they are going to name the Staples Center. If you're in the States, shout out to you. But in case you didn't know, this company now you no longer like, I don't know if you guys play basketball or you watch basketball. There is the Staples Center. This is where Magic Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant, rest in peace to his soul. But this is where big players make legendary moves, legendary finals. Now we have LeBron James. I mean, he's old, but he may not get to the final this year because Steph Curry is cooking. Chief Steph Curry is cooking, so he may not get to the finals. But hey, just his name alone, with how he has many rings, he went to the finals. He's playing for Lakers, and guess what? It's no longer going to be the Staples Center. It's going to be the Crypto.com Center. Every announcer in NBA and the world are going to say, welcome to the Crypto.com Center. And the masses are going to be like, what the heck is Crypto.com? Must be a website. Let me go check it out. Mm. And when they go check it out, this website, guys, what do you think they will see? What do you think they will see if they go check the website? Let me show you guys. Because if I tell you, you may not. If I tell you guys, you may not believe me. When I say, guys, this company is beating Apple in marketing, and Apple to me was the best of the best in terms of marketing, best of the best. And this company is beating Apple, man. So this is what they're going to see. Welcome to the Crypto.com Center. What the heck is Crypto.com? Who is this guy? Oh, I know this guy. Interesting. Let me watch more. Let me pay more attention. What is he saying? What is he doing? Man, I'm telling you guys, this company is going nuts. This company is going nuts, guys. So that's why you're seeing that big candle here, 300% in 1 month. It actually happens in less than 2 weeks. If I put it in a weekly chart, look at that. Actually, did more than 2 weeks, but man, he's been pumping since these people knew something. These people knew there was a big announcer coming because there was no news release for it to go pump like this. And I was watching my portfolio and I was like, what the heck is going on? But I'm holding. I like what I'm seeing. And then last week, they announced that the Staples Center was going to be labeled Crypto.com Center. But these people knew. They were insiders. They had to know something. Anyway, guys, this is CRO. I see some comments here. Someone may not like what I'm saying here. Let me see. Yeah, so yeah, shout out to you. You're going to take some profit? Absolutely. I'm already taking profit. Many people are going to take profit. and I'm also getting ready for to buy more, to scoop more when more people are taking profit. You can't compare the neighborhood school teacher and El Chapo. They are not the same. Look, that's not what I'm comparing. I'm not even comparing. What I am saying, why am I doing this? Is I'm doing this because you have money. You have $10. Where do you put it? Do you put it in stocks or do you put it in crypto? That's basically what I'm doing. So I'm just looking at it from a perspective of macro. This is what the entire stock market did this year. This is what the indicators are saying. This is what the entire market of crypto did. This is what the indicators are saying. That's basically what I'm doing, right? So you choose. I mean, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. So you choose. But me, I'm just here. I'm an entertainer and just, providing some content, man, making you guys see a different perspective out here. CR is great. Great for the card. I'm having trouble getting the wider utility beyond that. No, I disagree with that. I mean, well, you said you're having trouble, so it's not your fault, right? So, great question. Let me try to give you a different perspective. If you had to estimate, um, we have what? How many people we have in the world? Close to 8 billion, right? Is it fair to say that 7.5 billion people? So, out of that, how many people you think are adults? Let's say half. And out of these half people, let's say half of them are men, half of them are women. So, let's say we have 3.54 billion people, adults. So, out of these 4 billion people, how many of them you think uses anything related to cryptocurrencies? How many of them you think heard the word cryptocurrencies? And if they heard it, how many of them actually either did a transfer or received some cryptocurrencies or went on Google to find out what it was? Like any basic research to know what's going on. How many of them would you say? Let me know in the comment section. Now, from that perspective, give me a number. Let me see if I have a number here. A million? A quarter? Do you think a quarter of adults in the world knows about cryptos? Are familiar with cryptos? We don't even have to look at the world. Let's look at the city. Do you think a quarter of the city looks at cryptocurrencies? 4%. That was let's go with that number. Let's go with that number. So when you ask me, you don't see the value in what CR is saying. CR, from the marketing alone, what CR is doing is getting the word crypto in the years of the 96%. That's what CR is doing. So that alone has value because the 96% of that 4 billion people that we estimated have some money into them. Go check out the video that I released on my Discord channel. Did I? I didn't release it on the public, so I'll do that tonight. In my YouTube channel, I have a video I did in February where I talk about Cathy Woods and crypto.com. I went over the big idea reports that she did and where she talks about digital wallets, estimating it to be a $4.7 billion worldwide. Sorry, not 4.7 billion, $4.7 trillion industry. Digital wallets. All right. That's what the report said. She's an analyst. She's a researcher. She understands innovation. She estimates the digital wallet industry, there will be 4.7 trillions in the US alone, not the world. US alone, there would be basically $4.3 trillion per year transferring economy-wise on a wallet. Now, when it comes to digital wallets and cryptocurrencies, there is many of them. But the way that the crypto.com is approaching the market, they're, we have the 4% that are geek. They're going on YouTube. They're going on Google. We call them the DGens. We're going like nuts on projects that are not making 1,500% in 6 months, but they're making 1,500% in 2 days. That's the projects we go find, right? We have to look at white papers. We have to understand how to yield farm. We have to buy a ledger. Like it's hard. It's hard. Not user friendly for 96% of adults. Yes, I'm not lying, bro. 4.7 trillion. That's what was written in Cathy Wood's report. Go check out my video on YouTube. Go check it out. I highlight that. And I'm saying, and now based on how crypto.com is moving, they're placing themselves to be getting a portion of that market. I'm not saying they're going to get all of it, but any portion they get from this market is going to blow up the price. So right now, even at $1, where, as you say, 4% of the world population is exposed to cryptocurrency, right? Where do you think crypto.com will be when 10% of the world is exposed to cryptocurrency? At what point are we going to get to 50% where the world currency, like where the world is exposed to cryptocurrencies? And from that 50%, how much of that will be in crypto.com? Especially when you have UFC fights. First thing you see, a giant logo, crypto.com. You go to baseball now. Now you're going to NBA. NBA for 20 years, every announcer going to say, welcome to the crypto.com center. What are they doing? Their strategy is clear. And it is one of the most user-friendly apps in the crypto world. And trust me, I know it may look complicated to you, but in the crypto world, this is one of the best we have in terms of user friendliness. Because not that long ago, trust me, you would not see something like this. So, guys, yes, that's where the value comes in. That's where the value comes in. The value comes in bringing people on board, making it easier for them to exchange cryptocurrency, to buy cryptocurrency, to store cryptocurrencies, to yield farm cryptocurrencies, to bank, right? They use something they're familiar with, a credit card. Everyone is familiar with Visa. So now with the crypto.com app, you can, with card, you can go pay. Therefore, you have to buy CRO to stake it. On the back end, every time you make a payment, it's CRO making movements, transferring buy and sells on the back end to make it fast. That's where the value comes in. I hope that makes it clear. Let me know if that's not clear enough or if you need more clarification. The link I have here, guys, in the chat, this is the link to the video that I made. I mean, you don't watch it right now because you're watching this. But if you're watching it on a computer or something, open a tab or go check it out later. But this is the video where I break down the wallet aspect of Cathy Wood's document. And then I showed you guys how crypto.com can take a portion of that. And guys, this was February. And I called it. I knew it. I didn't put enough money into it because I only care about the card at that moment. And there was also other projects that was blowing up at that time that I was just focusing on. But man, yeah, man, that's that's basically the benefit of CROs. And so thousands joined together for an unforgettable experience centered around all things crypto, DeFi, NFT, and metaverse. Oh yes, Florida, right? Yeah, there is a conference happening there, I think. Mm, great content. Thank you very much, Peter Investor M. Absolutely. A lot of crypto.com a lot of crypto platform are sponsoring sports teams. Yes, there is also FTX. I think these guys with FTX, they have tons of money. They offer futures as well in terms of investing in cryptocurrencies. I think these guys have loads of money. I'm wondering if it's like early investors from Bitcoins that made billions and then now they're starting other cryptocurrency companies to leverage that and turn that billion into multiple billions. I don't know, but something's happening, man. A lot of cryptocurrency. It's clear that the futures company will be cryptos because they're owning everything, man. They're buying everything. From now on, call me patron. It's time to get in the game. Hey, patron, man. Not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice, but hey, all I'm doing here, man, is show the facts. I'm showing the facts, and then let the cheap falls wherever they land. Yes, we talked about that. Fortune, go check that video I mentioned. You'll be surprised, man. Whoever can sponsor a well-known sport team like soccer in Europe or football team in US, baseball team, yeah, yeah. And crypto.com, man, is moving. They're in the top, man. When it comes to sponsoring team, they're in top there. They're in the top. I don't know who is dealing, like who their teams are, like who's closing those deals, but man, whoever that they are, they're good. They're good. Great information today, Walter. Thank you very much. Still confused about the damn regulation versus cryptos. I think I know who you are. I think I have to be. But hey, man, eventually you will get there, right? Eventually you'll get it. But hey, check out crypto.com. They actually passed a security audit that gives them some kind of stamp that says, hey, they're very secure. Kind of the same for financial institution. So now they're operating at the level of a bank now in terms of security and safety. So all that will facilitate regulation for them and making it easy for them to expose themselves to the public, right, and protect people's asset because they're operating just like a bank. All right, guys. So what other cryptos can we look at? What other cryptos can we look at? We look at CRO 1400%. Look at T Fuel, one of my favorite cryptos. Again, these are not like it's not like I'm showing you guys the madness out here. I'm showing you guys the blue chips cryptocurrencies. I'm showing you guys cryptos maybe on the top 10, top 30, top 50. I'm not showing you like it's kind of like basically it's I showed you some stocks that were in the top 500. I'm basically showing you some cryptos that are in the top 50s. You know, look at this madness. Look at this madness right here. T Fuel. If we put it in January 1st, right? January 1st, it actually went down. And since then, look at this. It's been going sideways for weeks, months. Since March, it's been going sideways. Yet it's still at 854%. That means we invested right here, which is exactly when I got in. Oh, basically 10x at some point. All right. Look at that. 1500% at some point. Now it's moving sideways in this channel here. And when it breaks that channel, that's probably going to be another 10x. Look at this madness. One of my favorite cryptos. I talk about these cryptos already in this channel. VRA, right? VRA. If we put it in January, where was it in January? It was here. It was here in January. Where is it now? Look at this, guys. This is 12,000%. 12,000%. Have you ever seen a number like this before? How do you even calculate how many X is a 12,000% ROI? Right? This is guys a blue chip crypto. Ish. Yeah. This is in the top 100. Let's put it that way. This is in the top 100 cryptocurrencies. Right? Is it? I think so. Maybe it moves because cryptocurrencies things moves, right? Go check very quick. I don't want to give you the wrong information. But man, look at this year to date, guys. Now, here's a better question because we're asking where should you invest your money? Are you too late? Because hey, is the market can keep going like this? Are you too late? Right? That could be a good question. Another good question would be, um, how do you find out the times when these moves are going to start happening? We go over that in a course, guys. And to keep it simple, um, there are cycles. Just like the stock market, every 5 to 8 years, we're supposed to see corrections. And after correction, what comes after? Booms. Simple, right? 5 to 6 years, 5 to 8 years, we're supposed to see corrections. But somehow we did not see it for the last 10 years. And why is that? It's because we had tons and tons and tons of manipulation on the stock market. Therefore, normal economy can happen. There is interference. Governments are interfering with the natural booms and bust of money, right? So that's basically what happened. How do you find the timing for this? And are you too late? In my opinion, I do not think you're too late. But are you going to see similar gains like that? Maybe. And we're going to go for that. We're going to go over that. I'm going to show you something. But the reason why I want to show you this, assuming that you don't want to go in my Discord, assuming you don't want to get the course, assuming you don't want to be a lifetime member and enjoy this deal that I have, where you can be a lifetime member if you buy my course and have access to all the channels in my Discord. All right. I want you to listen to this and ask yourself this question so that next cycle you're ready. Because it takes months and years sometimes where the market is not doing much. But if you understand the cycles, you can get ready. And maybe these are times to load up. Imagine, okay? Imagine you were loading up here. Every month, you were putting $1,000 from your paycheck. And you were doing that since 2019 all the way to 2020, leading 2021. And assuming you managed to put $20,000 in this account. Now, I ask you a question. How many X? How many X is 12,000%? How many X is that? Whenever you get that answer, time that with that 20,000 that you would have put here. And this is the gain that you would be looking at right now. This is the gains you would be looking at right now. Bull markets in cryptocurrencies create millionaires. And this is the last bull market that we're going to have that massive gains like this are happening. Every bull market, it's kind of like the amount of gains you get are getting lower and lower. And remember what I said, guys. We're right at the beginning of the mass adoption. When we get to mass adoption, guys, we're going to see a lot more gains, but it will also be more stable. And then massive gains like this may not happen. You want to be there before everyone gets there. And if what you say is true, Natasha, if you're still here, if what you say is true, that only 4% of the world's population are exposed to cryptocurrencies, well, we definitely want to be there by before it gets to 30-40%, right? And ride the wave as people are onboarding. Another thing I would say is understand where they're going to go. That's another question I have for you. How do you know that this is a cryptocurrency you should have bought? There is tons of cryptocurrencies. How do you select the goods from the bad? How do you select the one that are valuable from the meme coins? Right? These are all things we cover in the Discord, guys. And I'm talking about the exclusive Discords. But if you don't want to go there, at least do the work, do the research on your own, do something. But make sure when the next cycle comes in that you were loading up for years on a cryptocurrency that you believe, you made your research, you back it up, you have your thesis, and then when it blows up, happen to be 12,000%, then that money right there can turn you into a millionaire. That's how you increase. That's how you create wealth efficiently. You have to be efficient, right? And I'm going to show you what I think is going to happen next 10 years in cryptocurrencies. Very quick. Another blue chip crypto, Solana. Good project, right? Good project. Look at this, January, year to date, 1,300%. How many X is this, guys? I haven't seen this answer yet. And guys, guess what? I'm not showing you the madness yet. That's the crazy part. I'm not even showing you the madness yet. I'm showing you blue chip cryptos, blue chip stocks. I didn't show you the madness. Right? Wealth engineering. What is the most important utility for crypto? One, use as an asset, store value. Two, cryptocurrencies. Three, for its technology. First of all, shout out to you. Let me put this screen big because I'll take my time with this one. Great question. Great question. Thank you for asking this. And that will also help a lot of people understand why crypto is important. So, what is the most important utility? First question you ask. What is the most important utility? But what I don't like about your question is you say for cryptocurrency. If you ask the question that like that, it stops you from seeing the real value of cryptocurrencies. It's not a bad question. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that question is a limiting factor. You're limiting cryptocurrency and utility. Some cryptocurrencies are utility coins. Some are currency. Some are basically how do I call it, equity in a company. It's basically saying what is the utility of stocks. From a general perspective, stocks can be used as equity in a company and you own that company. And I guess that's the only utility it has. For crypto, it's different. For crypto, some cryptos could be having equity in a company. For example, the auctions that happening on Polkadot. Polkadot is having options. Shout out to NDPR. He did a quick tutorial on the Discord talking about how to invest in early crypto startups, where they hold your money for 96 weeks. They take your funds and they go develop the projects. 96 weeks later, it gets listed on exchange. And that's when you do the 100x. Because when you buy it pre-sale, private sale, very cheap, they need the money. They need to go create the platforms. So they'll take any money they have for a very cheap price. But when it's there, when the value is there, they list it, you can do the exact same thing as a venture capitalist. So that part aspects resembles the stocks. But then you have a crypto like Tether, for example. Tether, when we talk about utility for Tether, I call Tether a utility coin. And Tether is, to keep it in a nutshell, it's the plumbing it's the plumbing for the video sharing platform of the 21st century. Just like the telephone, you needed wires, poles and wires across the city and the country to have telephone and long distance calls. Tether is doing the same for video transmission in the 21st century. Okay, to keep it simple, they're decentralizing video sharing platforms where you can utilize many servers, decentralized, and it limits the transmission issues that could happen with high quality videos. which we'll need for the metaverse, which we'll need for 5G. When we're going to go from 4K to 8K, we're going to need that. We have 8K cameras right now. You barely see 8K televisions. Why? Because of this issue that we have called the last mile. It's very hard to transferring data, high quality data, and we have a latency issues, like many problems. Tether is going to solve that. I'm telling you, it's the wire and poles of the 21st century. How many companies are doing that? So when the world is going to have that demand, they're going to turn into that company, and that company doesn't have stocks available in the public sector. They have cryptocurrencies. That is one utility for it. The second utility for it, that cryptocurrencies is also used on the network to facilitate the transferring of data. So not only you own, I guess, an equity in this company, but that equity can be put to work. So you can lend your cryptocurrencies and collect a dividend from it. And people who accept your cryptocurrencies, they're going to put that in a network to facilitate data transfer. Without the cryptocurrencies, there is no network. Therefore, they cannot transfer the data. Therefore, there is no value. But with the cryptocurrencies, there is a network. You can put it to work. The data is being transferred. So that is one. That is also the second utility for that cryptocurrencies alone. Tether. So that's why we call it a utility coin. But but there is also that same cryptocurrency can also be used for payment. One of the things they do, they create another cryptocurrency on a Tether platform called T-Fuel. That's how they reward people who are doing work, helping the network work, helping the network transmit data. They pay you in T-Fuel. So if you have T-Fuels, you can go and put it on exchange and collect dollars from it. And guess what? Customers who need that transmission lines to transmit their videos, customers like Samsung VR, customers like Sony, what do they need to access this platform? They need to buy T-Fuel. So T-Fuel serving also two utilities where it could serve as a payment system where you can get rewarded for your work, exchange that in dollar, spend it and swap it for any other currencies on a decentralized exchange, or you use that as a utility for the people who need access to that video transmission, video transmission lines. So this is just one crypto. And then there are many cryptocurrencies. Each of them are solving a different problems. Each of them have a different utility. Some of them can only be on a level of rewarding and and equity. Let's say some of them can be utility. Some of them can be both. Right? That's where the value comes from. So it's a lot more complex than a stock. It's a lot more complex than a stock. And from seeing it that way, is it an asset class? Yes, it is an asset class. How do we define assets? What puts money in your pocket? Simple. It is an asset. It is a store of value. How do you define a store of value? A store of value is, well, if I have $10 today, tomorrow, do I have at least $10? Can I, if I can buy this with $10 today, tomorrow, can my $10 still buy this? At least. With cryptocurrencies right now, it's going up. Remember, I don't know if you forgot the number. I don't know if you forgot the number. Let me refresh your mind. Remember, check out this number right here. 13%. So my bad. 13,818% ROI. Right? So that means, in case you didn't know, guys, that means if you put $1,000 to understand how much profit you got to time that by what? 130x? 138 times? That's basically what you have to do, man. So yes, it's basically that's 100x crypto right here, right? That's an opportunity right here. It's very rare to get opportunity like this, but when we're talking about store of value, it's beyond a store of value because it multiplies it so fast that inflation cannot capture it. So I disagree with cryptos are a store of value because it's beyond that. No asset class in the world have the returns that you can get in cryptocurrency. No one. Not at this point. This is an opportunity that happens once a generation. My bad. Once a century. Every 90 years, there are opportunities like that. Last time there was an opportunity like that was when people were transitioning from the farmings to industrial. So any investment you made in industrial, no matter how good it was, no matter how bad it was going to give you returns like that. Maybe 50x, maybe 10x, maybe 100x. Right? All the big old money that you see here, they came from that time where they were farmers too. They made a smart investment in industries, industrialized, and now they were billions for generations, 3, 4 generations, and a lot of them came from that era. Now we have that new century, we have a new opportunity, and whoever gets billions and still older cryptos are going to gain more and more in value as the dollar crashes. So at the end of the day, the reason why first it gains a lot in value because of its utility, but it will also double and triple more in values because the US dollar will crash. And when the US dollar crashes, it has to reflect itself somewhere and you will see the prices go up. But it's not necessarily the prices that go up, it's just the value of the dollar is crashing. So, for when you talk to a store of value, currencies are not a store of value because they loses their value with inflation, which increase any other assets prices. So, three as a currency, it's all three. It is an asset. It is on, but there's something we didn't add. What is the utility of crypto for crypto? Crypto is in itself a utility. It is an asset. It is a store of value because at least, at the very least, you will have the same purchase power um, tomorrow, but you will also have more. And then it is serve as a currency. It is in itself a technology. It is all of the things you mentioned. It depends on how you decide to program it. So that's the utility. It is the internet plus the banking system. That's what blockchain is. Internet plus blockchain system. Sorry. Internet plus the financial system. So it can be anything you want it to be beyond what the internet could have provided because the internet only provide the communication layer. And look how far we pushed this up. If I had 1,000 subscribers and I was monetized, one of the things you could have done is super chat. So we're not even using cryptocurrencies yet the internet 2.0, just the communication protocol, allowed people to create an economy online and exchange value. Of course, on the back end, there's tons of works that are happening, but it's in a way stopping our growth because there is so much restraint that has had to happen from the banks. Wire that bank to my bank, make sure the transaction validates, so it limits the speed. We cannot really have the internet of things because we don't have 5G. We also don't have a price for each items that you see in the world and then automatically sell them, right? Automatically sell them. Like imagine you go on your fridge say, hey, you're running out of milk. You touch your milk and then it automatically buys milk for you and then it ships milk in front of your door. We can't have that world yet, not with the current internet we have now, because the protocol, the communication protocol we have will not be able to handle that many interaction in the system, right? But if we have a payment layer that takes the load from the communication layer, We only do the payment layer on the payment protocol and then the communication or communication protocol. Then we can have twice the amount of information flowing there at the very least. Now you have cryptos that can handle like 10,000 transactions per second and all that. So that will increase that world to happen where you see your milk low, you tap on it on the screen, the the supermarket automatically debit your account, and that money goes straight from your account to their account very fast, and then your milk is on its way. It's the internet plus the finance system in one. Only your imagination can stop its utility. You see what's possible just with the internet. Wait till you see what's possible with blockchain. And a very good way to understand what's possible with blockchain is understanding what the metaverse will be. The metaverse is the convergence of everything we just listed, of everything. The metaverse is going to be the next big thing for this decade. And when we talk about where we should invest your money, definitely understand the trend, definitely understand where technology is moving, and understand the key component that's going to allow this technology to happen. First, 5G. Second, we need the layer protocol for finance. That is blockchain, right? We're going to need video transmission. It seems that that's also blockchain. Anyway, I don't want to keep ranting on this, but beautiful question. Beautiful question. But what is the utility of cryptocurrencies, and dividing it like this shows me that there is something that we need to clarify. And it's all of this plus more, whatever your imagination wants it to be. It's whatever the internet is plus a layer of economy. Create economies of things. Economy of scale, that's definitely going to be possible on blockchain. I hope that clarifies it. I believe that most of the people don't care about the cryptocurrencies. It's all about capital gain and retire for good. Most of the people, yeah, they don't care right now. But I promise you, once you show them 13,000, I tell you, hey, would you like me to take $1,000 and then multiply it by 138, and then give you that money instead, or would you rather keep your $1,000? Really? You're going to give me 138x of my $1,000? Sign me up. Well, cryptocurrencies, you're going to understand, man. Don't worry. And guess what? When 40% of the world gets in, imagine being the 41%. It's going to be too late. Most of those massive gains will be gone. That time you guys are watching this video, and get in crypto, because that time is the perfect time to be in. Why? Because you didn't have to be there at the beginning to test cryptocurrencies. Now we've tested cryptocurrencies. I would say almost 5% people are on board. It survives. It's thriving. Now it's ready for mass adoption. So now, as a newcomer in cryptocurrencies, you're like, okay, I didn't have to stay and test. I can see there's many project that has momentum. You just jump on a project that has momentum, wait for it to reach 40% level of adoption, and that gain right there is definitely the lowest risk and the highest reward. But eventually, higher the risk, higher the reward, and people that were there way earlier, they're making money. They're making money. I told you I didn't show you the madness. One of the madness that happens. I won't show it to you guys, but I'll tell you about it. Someone put $8,000 on a Shiba account, and then a couple of months later, that and as you can see, guys, you see how many X $8,000, and that money now is worth $5 billion. $8,000, $5 billion in 6 months. Crazy, crazy. These opportunities are becoming more and more rare as more people onboarding. All right. So Polkadot. I think we did Polkadot, did we? But yeah, Polkadot is also a good project. 200%. And he honestly hasn't even blown yet. He hasn't really blown up yet. Polkadot. It's actually very early in its development. Polkadot is the one that's doing the auctions for startups to onboard on their platform. So this is a crypto that could blow up in a bear market. Keep an eye on it for sure. That's for sure. But guys, where should you put your money? Stocks or cryptocurrencies? Let me know. And remember what I say, guys. It's not that because went up, because it went up last year, that is going to go up this year. And that is the same for stocks and cryptos, right? Basically, when we look at the stock market, it was going up. It was going up by 20%. It was going up by 30%, some cases 50, 60%. It was going up. But it doesn't mean because it's going up last year that it's going to go up this year. It also doesn't mean because cryptocurrencies went up last year and are going up this year that it's going to blow up next year. But where do you put your money? You have to decide. So let me see some question before I jump in. Thank you for the answer. Hey, no problem, man. No problem. Can we say that it is the beginning of the end of the banks? With everything you know about crypto, would you short or sell all the financial sector? All the financial sector? No, not all. Guess what? Guess what? Most of the big banks in the world, they already have a beta tested one cryptocurrency that is called XRP. Swift. Every code you have, every bank has a Swift code. That's basically the code for wire transfer, right? Swift is dealing with a technology similar to XRP. They wanted to even partner with Ripple. The first time I made a transfer in XRP, it took less than 3 seconds to go from an exchange to my wallet. And I'm talking about not a wallet connected on my computer, wallet in my hand, when I'm seeing it from my phone and I can pair it on my Bluetooth. Less than 3 seconds. I think it was 3 seconds because it took me a while to refresh it and see it. But by the time I refreshed it, the money was there, man. What happened? What happened? Sheesh. And guys, this is not even the fastest crypto I've seen. I've seen even faster than this. I've seen faster than XRP. At some point, XRP was so fast that they had to put a tag to slow you down. Like, hey, you know what? You're about to transfer XRP. Let me put a tag so that, the banks can have time to read this transaction because it's going to happen so fast. We can handle it. We have to slow it down. Man, don't worry about it, man. Do you know why they're in trouble? The real reason why they're in trouble is because once they turn on that switch, they're going to own the world. They're going to own the world. They're going to replace Swift. Do you know what Swift does? Go check out my video, guys. I didn't make that video, guys. I always have links. Look, I posted a link on a YouTube channel, right? Did I? It's pinned somewhere. I'm sure somewhere in the description, you're going to see must-watch videos. You don't want to take my course? Fine. Go get that information for free. And here's a great resource you can do it. I actually learned it from him. Mike Maloney talked about the world economy system. And one of the things he talks about is SWIFT. You need to understand what SWIFT is. This is how the US control the world. You understand? SWIFT, with the SWIFT system and the petrodollars, this is how US control the world. US is still relevant despite the currency crashing because they have that. Because every country agreed to buy petrol, which is the world's most desirable resource, commodity that we want to create energy, to create plastics, to create a bunch of things, right? We need oil. Or the whole Middle East, they have oil. They agree to sell their oil in US dollars. Now you know that if you have US dollars, you're going to have any country who wants it because they need that US dollars to go buy oil to survive. And to transfer that US dollar, that's what Swift code is used for. Swift is used to transfer the US dollar. Now, a private company is coming up with a solution that is going to leave the bank extinct. This is a, I don't know how old the current system is, but it's like over 30 years old, I think. I think it's even more than that. And their system is so old that XRP can over, like, it takes 3 days to wire some money locally. International, that's 7 days. XRP does it in like less than 3 seconds. They're going to own the world, guys. They're going to be doing what Swift code was doing, but it's not regulated by the US. It's regulated by a private company. So now the SEC is like, hold on. You can't steal our food like this. You're taking bread out of our mouth. If you do that, I'm not going to be a superpower anymore. We got a deal, man. We got a deal. You're in my country, you know. What's my cut? That's why the SEC is so-called having trouble with Ripple. That is why. And they can't stop it because it's blockchain. It's already out there. We can own it. They can't stop it. Right? So all they're doing is setting up the terms of the deal. That's what's going on, guys. Nothing else. What you're seeing here is just to make the public feel safe that the government is taking action and they're working on with the SEC. But Ripple has been working with banks and the World Economic Forums and people that the IMF and all that. Ripple is one of the most connected country and companies in the world. Lobbyists in every big cities, every big countries talking for them. We need Ripple in our cryptocurrencies because we have no choice but to get regulated, but at least they can speak for us to get regulation in a way that still allows cryptos to run free. And they're going to use Ripple as the example to get that regulation happen. And that could be the trigger to the bear market. I think so. I think we're going to have a combine of taxes. A bunch of people are going to be like mentioned that, hey, they didn't pay tax on cryptocurrencies, which will trigger the government to take actions. They're going to be a Tether scandal. Tether was fraud. They was doing exactly what the US government and Federal Reserve are doing. They were going to say, hey, you are fraud. And then also you have the SEC talking with Ripple. We need to be regulated. Therefore, all these three things will create the bear market. But forget it, man. They're just working out the deals. They're just working out the deals. They need XRP. They need it. And XRP has one of the greatest strategies I've seen. They already have most banks better tested their product without them even knowing it. Because they also provide softwares for banks to transfer money, and their softwares they can at any time turn on the switch and it's going to replace their current protocol with the XRP ledger protocol. Flick of the switch, they're ready to launch. And the SEC is like, come on, man, can't be doing that right now, man. You're gonna crash the US dollar. You're gonna the US dollar is going nuts, man. Come on, man. You can't be doing this right now. What's our deal? What's the deal for us? Please let me just pretend that I'm being strong on you. I'm gonna let the public know that we gotta do our job. But man, please, Cut us in. That's what's going on, guys. Nothing else. When you understand how the world really works, you see it clearly. So don't worry. XRP is not gonna going anywhere. So it's in trouble right now, but don't believe everything you see. It's not always what you see. So XRP might become the SEC cryptos. We'll see. We'll see. That's maybe what the government wants out of it. We'll see. They might say, "Hey, every centralized cryptocurrencies have to use XRP to wire money, and then the government can trace what's going on." XRP would be willing to do that for them. Ripple, right? Ripple would be willing to do that for them. They want something out of it, but I don't know. Look, I don't know. All I know is whether you're for centralization or decentralization, XRP will be there. 99% of cryptocurrencies survive. XRP will be one of them. If you want to survive, because if the government really want to go after you, they can shut down all the centralized currencies. They can make it illegal to do things, start arresting you, fining you like huge amounts. And we're going to learn very quick. That's going to destroy the value of Bitcoin. But it won't stop Bitcoin, right? It won't stop Bitcoin. That could happen. All that's our risk. And is that going to happen next year? Who knows? So that's what I'm asking you guys. I'm saying it's not always the case because the market goes up this year that it was going to go next year. But with that said, investors could be looking at a lost decade in the stock market. The world's biggest hedge fund warrants. Who is this guy? Ray Dalio, billionaire and co-founder of Bridgewater Associates, one of the most savvy investor, very successful investor. And what does he know that he says something like this? He didn't say next year, guys. He said a decade. He didn't say next year. So at some point, whatever he says, if he's right, this is gonna go out. This is gonna happen. And let me tell you this, guys, whatever goes up has to go down. Whatever goes up has to go down. And when you've been going up for the last 12 years without any major correction, you need to go down. And as you see, whenever the market's been going up for 5 to 10 years, there is at least a 50% correction. This happened here, it happened here, and it will happen here. It has to happen. It always happens. Whenever you're using fiat currencies, this is the pattern. You need a correction. So, should we get a 50% correction? We were looking at the stock market, the S&P 500 here. Now it's at 469. So, just like we had here, see, we're going to have something like this at the very least. Could it go lower? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But we should see at least something like this. 50% correction from the top. I don't know. But me, I'm scared of the stock market. Since last year, I got out of the stock market and I went 100% in crypto. And based on what I showed you so far, you can see why that was the best decision I've ever made in my crypto life. Not my crypto life, in my investing life. So yes, we need to see a correction and it needs to be long. It cannot be something that happens in 1 month and the next month it's already back up. It needs to take 2 years at the very least. So if you buy right at the top and you get caught here, it's going to be a long 2 years for you. You're going to see your money go low, 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 low. Don't know what's going to happen. If you have no choice but to invest in the stock market because of your work, well, you have no choice. But we need to see this. And this needs to happen at some point. Another way I can see this is the RSI on the monthly, the RSI is still overbought, right? Still overbought here. So eventually we need to go see the 50 zone. Whenever you're on the overbought scenario, we need some correction to go on the 50 zone. And when we are in the 50 zone, that's when we see some nastiness. That's when we see some nastiness happening in the market. But the reason why this can happen and it keep going up is because the government is keep pushing money in the economy, and then these companies, they're buying back their shares, boosting their price up, raising up the entire market. They're buying back their shares, and eventually, they'll either have to dump those shares, or either the money will be printed and people will lose trust in it, so they won't use it, and that will create a deflation scenario. And then you have that inflation of the money with the deflation on those of the circulating money. Not a good receipt, not a good look. But eventually, that's why I'm so scared of the stock market, because I eventually I know we need to have something like this. Now, am I going to start buying here? Absolutely. Can it happen this year? No. Can we have another year where we have another 25%? Very possibly. Biden is definitely the kind of guy who wants to dump money in the economy, right? So that could happen again another year next year. But I don't know. The reason why I'm afraid of this is because it's been going up 10 years, with no massive correction. Whereas, whereas the cryptocurrency world, although it's been going up, the bear markets are different. Let me show you about the cryptocurrency, guys. Although the entire market has been going up, and I'm going to cover this here and then we'll leave it. But I gotta show you guys this. Investor. I have different layouts that I go over, and each layout show me a different perspective. And I like to have layouts like that. Let me see. I had another layout. There you go. You look at that. Look at that. Beautiful, eh? I'm gonna put it. Yeah, weekly is fine. So, guys, what we're looking at right now is Bitcoin, just Bitcoin, because Bitcoin has been anywhere from 70% of the entire cryptocurrencies, or it's been fluctuating between 70% and 40%. When it's 70%, Bitcoin is booming. That's when you have Bitcoin at 1,000 and it goes to 20,000, right? And then you have the altcoins. And then when the altcoins are booming, the dominance chart for Bitcoin is going lower. Another way you can see that is there is a chart called BTC.D, and you can measure the dominance on the chart. And right now, what it's saying that we are at 42%. So basically, the Bitcoin dominance at 42%. 42% of the entire crypto market cap goes on Bitcoin, and then the rest is altcoins, right? And then when you are in this region right here, 70%, this is where Bitcoin is pumping, and then the altcoins are not doing much. So, as a trader, what do? I understand this pattern. When Bitcoin is booming, I stay in Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin is not booming, I go on altcoins. So, or sometimes what I do is I kind of like buy the low altcoins when they're low, waiting for that to transition. And then when they transition, I just wait and I sell it, right? Another thing you can do is you can put your RSI. I don't have it here, but you can use that with your RSI and see what's going on. So very quick game right here. Thank you for watching this long. Now, this chart I'm watching right now is called BLX, but it's basically Bitcoin since in its inception and since it was listed on exchanges. So Bitcoin was created in 2008, but it was really listed to an exchange in 2010. All right. See some question here. Turquoise currency has already lost a lot of value. People have no trust to try cryptos. Turquoise currency. Yeah, man. Yeah. The reason why cryptos are doing fine is even the worst cryptos has a limited supply. right? Fiat currency does not have a limited supply. It has an unlimited supply by the government. And the more you supply it to the government, the more it loses its value, purchase power. Trying to get a good view so that you can, oh, my bad. This chart doesn't work if I put it other than weekly. So, all right, guys. So what we're seeing here is a log graph. Bitcoin growth is following a logarithmic chart. And this is a nice log graph right here. On a log graph, the beginnings is straight vertical. And the longer time goes by, the more horizontal this graph looks. All right. So there will be a point where this graph will keep going, and it will stabilize. Will Bitcoin reach a million at that point? Will Bitcoin reach 10 million at that point? Who knows? But so far, we're still in a kind of like diagonal inclination of going up. And the reason why I prefer Bitcoin over, the reason why I prefer cryptocurrencies over the stock market is because we're looking at 2010 here, and then we're looking at 2010 on the SPX, right? On the SPX, oh man, this is not looking good at all. So I'll show you later. But you saw it later. It was going straight up. There was no time where we had an extended bear market. It was straight up. It would come out for like a couple months and then it went straight back up, right? And I told you guys we need at least 2 years of correction to have a healthy market. Whenever there is boom, there must be bust. Cryptocurrencies has more wild moves, and you can capture them in a log chart. And we can put every bear market in green. You can look at the number of days. This one lasted 252 days. And look at how long the first bear market lasted. It hit the top right nicely on the top of the chart, and then it went down right nicely. Think of it this as also as an RI that moves in a log chart. And then this is overbought, this is oversold. And then it stayed on the oversold for a while, and then it started again on another bull run. 623 days it stayed in here. That is a lot more healthy than the stock market, despite the price correction. When it was here, by the time it reached this level, this was a 92% drop. 92% drop. Meaning you put $1,000 at the top, you barely have 100. You barely have 100. Right? But assuming that you didn't do anything, that $1,000 a couple years from now would have give you what, 260x, and then now it's 320 to 30x your money, and then I can't even see yet what it will be in the future, but it's going higher. Look, wait, auto. How much it would be now, that $1,000, if you had invested in 2011? This is where it is. Look at this number, 240,000%. So despite losing 92% of its value, because it was such an undervalued asset back then, no one saw its value. And by the time people see its value, it rose to 240%. This is how people can turn $100 into billions, right? So I prefer this market because at least it respects the laws of economy, the laws of physics. It went up massively, very fast. It spent a long time going low, and then it went back up again. But it lost 92% of its value. the first time. Then we had another bear market. After that bull market lasted 280 days, right? Look how long this one lasted. 1,000 days, 1,218 days, right? How much value did it lost from the top to here? 78% of its value. You invested here, 2013, how much Bitcoin would be right now? Same thing again. The third bull run. This 2017 went up 252 days. It lasted. And look how long this one lasted in the bear market. 1,078 days before it went back up again. And how do I time it? How do I know when the bull market starts again? It's when the cryptocurrencies hit the bottom of the log chart. It slowly goes back up, but it also breaks the previous top that it reached the last time it was there, right? So this was the bull run. It reached this top, and then I wait to see until the bear market goes up, until it gets to the point where the prices is higher than the prices at the top of the last bull run. That's how I measure it. At that moment right there, you know for sure the bull run starts. And you just have to look at the graph. It tells you clean. It tells you very cleanly when this is going to happen. So if you see this, the price slowly moving, respecting the graph, what do you do around this time? What do you do around this time? You load up on cryptocurrencies, right? And then you wait for this. Same thing here. We had another 1,000 days of bear market after that fast run. Okay. So now this is the present. We are in a bull run. We're not reached at the top yet. I think we're very close to 200 days, or we passed 200 days. Oh, we actually 300 days. This is getting longer. And we're not at the top yet. But I think by June next year, and the reason why we're not at the 300 days is because this bull run is doing something that the other ones did not. It is very similar to this bull run right here. Notice the price went up and then it went below that middle line of the log graph and it stayed there for a while. And then the last leg happened very fast. Let me zoom it again to show you. Notice it went up and then it stayed for a very long time. And look at the last couple of weeks. The last 5 weeks, that's when it made massive gains. But it spent most of its time here. I think the longer it stays here, the stronger this push is. It's kind of like a runner. He runs, he's trying to climb a hill. He runs very fast, but then he's tired. So he's trying to catch his breath. And now he's ready. And he runs again until he hits his wall. It hits his head on a wall. Pow! And he's like, okay, I'm dead. I need to die alone and rot in hell. And now he's like, okay, I took a senzu beans and then I'm ready to climb slowly this time. I learned my lesson. I'm wise. Oh, okay, that wall is softer. And then I can run again. Bow. Forgot about the wall until I hit the next wall. And so on, right? Now look at what's happening here for the first time. First time in history of Bitcoin, we have a bull run because we passed this line here. We have a bull run confirmed, but we didn't reach the top yet. And look how long it stayed catching his breath, right? Catching his breath. I believe the explosion we're going to see when the last 4 weeks of the cryptocurrencies is going to be something going nuts. This is when the masses are going to wake up. I think we might go from 4% to 10% of the world jumping on cryptocurrencies in the last 4 weeks of this bull run. I think that's exactly where the money will come. That's going to bring that prices all the way up like that. But just like every market, when the market hits its head, it's going to take a while and then it's going to hit. But I don't think it's going to take as long for it to reach the next level. Just like this one, it takes a while to go here. I don't think it's going to stay there for 3 years. It might happen faster because if we have more people onboarding, it might happen faster. They might learn their lesson. They missed this one, they missed this one, they missed this one. They might say, you know what? I'm still going to buy despite the correction. And what would that correction be? It would be from here to here, which is 56%. This is less. I don't know if you notice the pattern. 92%. This was with 70. This one was 67. This one was 57. Every time we have a bull run, the correction is less and less and less. The gains also are less, right? In terms of percentage of gains, this one is 14% as opposed to this one was, remember, a madness number, 240,000 K percent for this one, whereas this one is barely 1,500. Like we saw that in one altcoin alone in 1 month, right? So that's what happens. The gains are slowing down, the drops are slowing down. And it will take 4 years to stay there, but we might not go all the way low and stay low. We might go low and then we start going kind of like in this area, in $100,000 area. But at the top, Bitcoin might hit 150. I think anywhere from 120 to 150. When we see this, we know the end is near. So I think by June 2022, we're going to see the top of this in Bitcoin. And when we see the top of this, it means we barely have 3 weeks in the altcoins before the bear market officially starts. Okay. But in those 3 weeks, madness is going to happen. People are going to be going from having $1,000 in an account into billions. You're going to hear this happening a lot more and more. I think the metaverse is going to blow up. The metaverse is going to make many millionaires this year. And then at some point, it's going to all stop and break. But what do I see for the stock market? I see the stock market do the opposite of what the crypto market will do. While Bitcoin is going up, the stock market will go sideways. And when Bitcoin, actually, maybe not the opposite, because when the bear market happens, I believe at some point we're going to see a stock market. It might line up. It might line up with the bear market and the stock market as well. So it could actually reflect what's going on. But right now, there is definitely a divergence. The stock market is not necessarily going up. Bitcoin in its own is going sideways. The altcoins are going up, but the altcoins are making money here. But at some point, they all will retrace. Bitcoin will retrace another 57%. Might take a year just for this to reach its bottom, and then another year to go sideways until it reaches the top in 2004. So where is the best place to put your money? It depends. What's your time frame? If you're conservative, you might want to stay in stock. You might still go up and then crash at the end of the year. If you're a risk taker, you want to make some gains, you might want to look at the crypto market and then time your exit. Make sure you don't get caught at the end here, because look how fast it can drop, guys. Look how fast it can drop. Sometimes you're trying to sell your order, guys. Your orders doesn't go through because there's too many people selling at the same time. You want to sell right there. Don't wait for the entire top. Just, sell right there. That's what you want. You don't want to be selling here because it can drop very fast. And this is weeks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks already, at least 30% drop. I mean, yeah, 25, 30%, 6, 7 weeks. We're talking about like 40% drop, and then the rest 60%. So very fast it happens here. And if it happens like this for cryptocurrencies, it's going to be more drastic on the altcoins. Very drastic. So be careful, guys. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just looking at the chart, liking the chart, telling the facts. My mentor always say, the wick tell the story, the body of the candle tell the facts. So this is what the facts are saying. Eventually, on a short term, and we're talking about in the next 6 months, cryptos is the place to be. But after, cryptos are not the place to be because it's going to be corrected itself. But there are strategies you can do. On the Discord, I'll be talking about. I've already made 2 videos earlier this year about strategies you can do when the bear market comes, and I'll be keeping an eye on that and inform you guys when the bear market is coming. I'll definitely sound the alarm so that we can pull out of it. But so far, right now, especially if you're in the metaverse, this is the place to be right now, as opposed to the stock market. Not Bitcoin, not ADA, not Ripple, metaverse. This is where the the gains are. In the last 3 days, guys, I've actually made $4,000. I mean, basically $1,000 every day in my portfolio, in my short-term portfolio, trading metaverse cryptos. Lots of profit. There's so many opportunities that we have on the Discord. I actually had to start day trading again, not day trading, swing trading, but I don't even hold them more than 2 days because they already reached my target within a day. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I'm using this money to put on my long-term portfolio so that I can wait for that 6 months will run. Some of them I'll be holding despite the bear market. Some others I'll be selling at the top. But yeah, I gotta get ready for this, guys. This is where the madness happened. If you play it right, you could retire. So that's what I'm trying to do. With that said, guys, that's what I had ready for you. In your opinions, where should you be? Let me know in the chat. What are you gonna do? Are you going to be on the stock market? Are you going to be in crypto? Are you going to be in both? That's a good strategy. But if you had to go and be in both, would it be 50-50? Or if you had to go 60-40, where would you put that 60? Let me know in the chat. Let me know. Cash flow. I don't know, man. The stock market's still strong. Really, man? You want me to show you Apple again, man? You want me to show? I mean, let's say you don't buy the stock, you buy options. Hmm? You want me to show you the stock? I think I know who you are, man. You said Apple, right? I'm going to go every stock you mentioned. Oh, man, give me a second. Let me set that up. I'm going to go every stock you mentioned. Thank you, Patrice Garner. Thank you for coming here. All right, guys, let's look. This guy said cash flow hunter, man. Cash flow hunter, hunting those cash flows, eh? You didn't even mention Tesla. Come on, it's not even fair, man. It's not even fair. You didn't even mention Tesla. Remember we were talking about this? 26%, 21%. My bad. Apple. What else? Microsoft. Let's see. Let's see what Microsoft is doing year to date. So let's say you didn't want to buy the stock, but instead you buy options, and you would probably make more returns on your investment. But does it reach anywhere close to what I've shown you guys? And remember, I did not show you the madness. Don't Don't let me, guys, don't make me show you the madness, guys. Don't make me show you the madness. Because, man, if you're talking like this, you're going to make me show you the madness, man. Do you want me to show you the madness? Because I'm showing you blue chips cryptos right now, right? Man, December, January. This is Microsoft, right? 51%. Great. Full stock. This is great, man. You're right. The stock market is strong. Yeah. Facebook. What did you see? Facebook is what? 23%. I mean, okay. Not bad. Not bad. If you play option with that, would you say you would do 100%? Do you do option cash flow investor? Cash flow hunter? Let me know. 23%. Meta. Facebook. That's it. Amazon. Amazon. I don't know about Amazon, man. Look at Amazon. Barely 10%. 9.5%. I was generous when I gave 10%. Nvidia was the only one I saw that was like kind of competing. And again, guys, I did not show you the madness. 146%. That was the only crypto. Sorry, that was the only stock I saw that was in 100 so far. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't paid attention. I haven't paid attention to the stock lately because I was too busy with the cryptos. But man, I didn't show you the madness, man. Right? I'm just going to show you one CRO, right? I'm not even going to show you year to date. Forget year to date. 365% in 1 month, right? I mean, of course, Nvidia is strong. Crypto is stronger, man. Oh, man. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. This is not financial advice. You know, where do you put your money? Stocks or crypto? Up to you, man. Up to you. Great content. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Salute to you. Salute as well. Same see ya. You don't see wealth in. Oh man. Nah, man. Come on. Come on. Come on. Like, look, it's blue chips for blue chips, you know? And again, we're just looking at, I'm not trying to compare them. I'm not really trying to compare them. All I'm trying to understand is I have $1,000. Where do I put it? Do I put it on Nvidia or do I put it on CRO? Do I put it on Apple or do I put it on T Fuel? That's all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go in a less risky cryptocurrencies and I'm trying to go in a less risky stocks and I have $1,000. I want to know what to do. I'm not, you know, I'm not gloating. Eh. And then I'm showing it out there. You choose. Both. Good call. But let me tell you, I don't tell me both. If you have to, is it 50-50? Is it 30-70? Is it 60-40? And where is 60s going? Come on, man. Don't take me, don't give me that easy way out. Where are you putting your money, man? Where are you putting your money? Stocks, crypto, both? Fine, both. Where? It's not going to be 50-50. You're going to have the majority somewhere. And knowing you, you're probably going to have majority on stocks. Nvidia, like you mentioned, Nvidia's doing well, man. It's strong. Nvidia is strong, man. But I did not show you guys the madness, and I'm trying. I'm trying to be fair, guys. I'm trying to be fair. I'm not sure. I'm going to resist it. I'm not going to show you the madness, but there are some madness out here, and the number that I showed you, those gains that you saw, they're nothing compared to the madness out there. So, and That's the worst part. This is just the beginning. We're not at the last legs of the bear market bull run yet. The last leg, this is where you're going to see madness on the blue chip cryptos, let alone the low caps. So man, I'm telling you, man, this is madness. But this is how you grow your portfolio, man. With that said, guys, oh, we got an answer. We got an answer. I knew it. I knew it. Hey, look into decentralized finance. Look into decentralized. You know what? Let me be nice with you because I like you, man. I like your name. I like your name. Look, okay. I'm going to show you one. It's risky. You know what? Don't put more than $1,000 in. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm gonna show you one. You decide what to do with it. Okay. But if this is your worry, go in DeFi, decentralized finance. You can't go wrong with DeFi because DeFi, you can't really know what's going on, man. Because there is no name attached, there is no ID attached to your account. You're just in the wallet. You access a decentralized finance like Uniswap. Actually, the one I'm going to show you is most likely going to be on Uniswap. All you need for Uniswap is the Trust Wallet. You have Trust Wallet, know where your name is there. Then you access the decentralized wallet, you swap Ethereum for anything else. I'm going to give you an example. Again, very risky. Very risky. No? But I'm going to show you one. Because I like you, man. You're a good guy. And you if you really want to go 60-40, that's a fair. I'll take that. So let me oh yes. Yes. I got one for you, man. I got one for you. Go check this out. I found this 2 days ago. I haven't even put some money on it yet, but trust me, once my paycheck comes in, I'll put some money in. I'll put some money in. This is Starlink. Okay. Starlink is a cryptocurrency that is a gaming and metaverse cryptocurrency. Right now, I'm telling you, this is where the money is. These cryptos are made. We were talking about madness. Earlier, we had NFTs, we had DeFi, right? We had DeFi, we had NFTs. Now we're going to have metaverse. I'm trying to show you the symbol because there is many symbols. Actually, I gotta make sure this one is the right one too. But give me a second. I'm going to give it to you. Starlink. That one. Ticker STARL. Yeah. Yeah. Let me show you this one right here. This one right here, man. A good one. I'm gonna tell you many things I like about it. First, we're talking about risky, and trust me, we see the market cap is 700 million. The risky ones are below 100 million, and I have a couple of these. I mean, if you want them, man, these ones are for the Discord members. But they're brutal. They're brutal when it comes to their gains. Their gains happen so fast. So sometimes, man, if you leave your phone, the brutal ones are so brutal, guys. Let me tell you something. Let me look at you in the eyes as I tell you this. The other day, I entered a trade. It was so brutal. I forgot my phone on the table. I went on the bathroom. Now, for some reason, someone forgot to put papers in the bathroom. So I had to, cut my work and then get the papers. By the time I did that, I was already making 58% on my money. 58%. Now imagine me hoping to make a 10% in 2 days on this trade, and then I hear my alarms going off because I had an alarm as soon as it reached a price, get ready to sell. 58%. And all I was doing is I didn't even finish my work. I was making sure there was enough papers out there so that I can do my work in peace. That's how brutal these things are, man. Brutal. Metaverse play. So guys, so guys, all I gotta say is be responsible, you know. But this one, I like this one. Because when it high cap like this, it means there's a lot of value in it. It's almost at $1 billion, so that means it's almost serious. And it still has some room to grow. You can easily make a 2-3x in this crypto. And guess what? You can access it on a decentralized exchange. It is on Uniswap. Look, Uniswap. So on YouTube right now, there's tons of videos on how to invest in Uniswap. So go, watch some videos on how to wire some money to your wallet. If you have an Android, Trust Wallet is the easiest to use. And then, man, buy some Ethereum, wire it to your wallet, and then access Uniswap and trade this one. You don't even have to trade it. Just buy it and hold it. And maybe you might do well by the end of the bull run. But whatever happens, when I don't know if you know this earlier this year, if you're paying attention, guys, you are only aware what you pay attention to. You're only aware what you pay attention to. If you were paying attention earlier this year, what were the narratives? NFT, DeFi. What was booming? NFT, DeFi. Right after that, what narrative did we have? Meme coins. What was booming? Meme coins. What is the narrative now? What is the narrative now? Metaverse. What is already booming? Metaverse. And we're just starting the next leg of the bull run starting in January. So, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. All I ask is what J-Bone asked. That's all I'm asking, guys. I'm asking I want what J-Bones wants. J-Bones wants you guys to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. Let's go. Support the channel. Sign up to the Discord for free. Just the videos sometimes that I share for free, if you pay attention to them, you can get a lot of picks. I share them for free. I mean, I don't make these videos. I share what other people are making videos, but I know them. I pay them actually to get more information. And I also been watching them for a while, so I know their success rate. So just the information for free about I share on my Discord, if you're paying attention, you're going to get a lot of knowledge there and a lot of picks. But if you want that lifetime subscription, all you have to do is get the course. Let me know about it. I'll give you access to all the channels. And trust me when I say this is nothing. We have so much picks, we don't even know which one to invest in. Now, I'm actually supposed to be buying an AI platform. I'm having problem with the company right now. They don't want to process my card for some reason. So anyway, I'm going to sort that out by next week after the holidays because they're closing. So I got to wait. I wanted to have this weekend because there's so many picks I have, man. I need some help. But yes, I'm going to buy this AI to help me sort this madness and share the content with everyone on the Discord on the exclusive club. So if you're part of the exclusive club, you'll basically have indirect access to this AI platform as well. So make sure you sign up to the course, guys, because I'm only going to offer it until this January First, starting January 1st, it's going to be a Patreon. It's going to be a Patreon only members. It's going to be a monthly payment. I know in over 6 months, you're basically gonna cover the same price that you would have covered had you buy it one shot for lifetime, right? That's how I operate. I operate lifetime deals for a while, and once I increase this price, you'll never see it again. So if you're hearing this, just I have someone who I know who bought my course, never actually listening to the course, but she wanted to reserve that deal. And now she still has a lifetime. She can connect to the course and connect to the Discord at any time when she's ready in her own time. If you're not ready, I promise you, I suggest you do the same. Get the course, and then you don't even have to listen to it, but at least you have the access to the Discord. When you're ready, you can connect. But cash flow value and cash flow hunter, the sec playing with Coinbase, something's wrong, man. Just look, Uniswap. Show me the sec stopping Uniswap. Go decentralized, man. Decentralized is the way to go. You can't stop decentralized. There is no name attached to your account. No name. You don't have to log in, tell your birthday, tell your social insurance number. All you need is to download one app called Trust Wallet. You can do it with 1inch, right? You go decentralized, you access this, you buy Ethereum, and then you transfer it into stars. You can find many metaverse projects in the decentralized. Any projects, you copy this code right here, the contract code. Don't know if you see it. You copy this contract code right here. It says Ethereum. That means you're going to have to go on an Ethereum exchange to find it, which is Uniswap. You copy this contract, you put it on a DApp, and then you can access it. Any coin. So you go on a decentralized exchange if you're so worried about Coinbase, man. But don't let this opportunity go by. Why? Because it comes once in a blue moon. This opportunity comes once every 4 years. It's kind of like an eclipse, you know. If you miss, if you miss your eclipse, man, you know it's done. You have to wait a lifetime to see it again. So that's why you need to check it out. Anyway, I could have shown it to you, but I think you got the point. Great content, El Nis El Ninos. Thank you. I think that's the first time I've seen you in this chat. Let me know how you find the channel. Was it recommended by YouTube? Was it on a Discord somewhere? Was it on Facebook? Let me know how did you find it. DJ Flip, thank you, JC. All work, great content, always up in gems. Thank you very much. I'm trying to help, man. I'm trying to help. Leap year. Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's it, man. It's like a leap year, you know? If you miss your birthday this year, you're not going to get any gifts until 4 years from now. I was born in a leap year. And I was born 2 days before the February 29th. So I could have been one of these dudes missing their gifts every So yeah, man, check it out. YouTube, tons of YouTube videos. Trust me, earlier this year, there was almost no content on how to install Uniswap or decentralized exchange. It was very hard to find a good content on how to do it. Once the madness started, a lot of this madness started on the decentralized exchanges last year. Not last year, this year. The madness, the real madness I was telling you about. So a lot of this madness started in a decentralized exchange. Shiba. The first time I invested in Shiba, it was on a decentralized exchange. It was on Uniswap. It was on Shiba since April. Uniswap. It wasn't available anywhere else. Now it's available everywhere. Right? So man, good nuts. Have fun. Don't worry about it. Don't worry too much, man. can't live in fear like this. You gotta live in opportunity, in abundance. You gotta take of that money. You gotta take of that 250k% ROI in 3 months. Craziness. Craziness, guys. With that said, 3 hours, we've been going enough. I see a lot of you are still here. Thank you for being active in the chat. Thank you for being active in the chat. Thank you for all my OGs. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel. We're almost at 1K. Thank you very much. In conclusion, guys, it's not because the stock market went up last year that it's going to be going up next year. It could go up at some point, it could correct, and it's the same for cryptocurrencies. However, the crypto pattern, despite the massive corrections, is a lot more healthier. We have done the work. We have gone to the bear market for almost 3 years, and then the 1 year for the bull run, right? So we have gone through the work. We have not gone through the work in the stock market yet. That's why I feel more comfortable in the crypto market. It respects the fundamentals. Not only that, when we talk about innovation, when we talk about opportunity, when we think about where the world is going, metaverse, DeFi, NFTs, all that converges in cryptocurrencies. Whereas we're looking at the ETFs from Cathy Woods, fintech is going low this year to date. Whereas in the cryptocurrencies, which is fintech, is blasting records gains. Shiba is fintech, right? Crypto.com is fintech. Look at them blasting. But the ETF from Cathy Woods, which is one of the best investors of the 21st century, is down year to date. So be wise with your money, guys. If you have to split it 60-40, do it. But put go on safe coins, and then go in some risky ones, and only invest what you're willing to lose. Understand the timing. Join a community. Well, they will let you know about when the bull run ends. Learn it yourself on how to do it, or join me and Wealth Engineering and everyone else in the chat. Do something. Don't be alone. And yes, guys, that's it. That's all I wanted to say. Salute to you. Thank you for sharing, bro. No worries. It's my pleasure. Next Sunday, I have a guest coming here. We'll talk about decentralized, actually. We'll talk about decentralized exchange. So tune in, guys. Tune in for this one. He's also a YouTuber. He has more subs than me. So he's definitely know what he's talking about, because a lot of people are hearing and wants to hear him. So make sure you tune in. And I also have another interview coming on the 30th, November 30th. This is a must-see, where I'm actually inviting a crypto developer, someone that can understand crypto from an entirely different perspective, giving you new insight, new feedbacks, and understand crypto in a different way. So I have tons of questions for this guy. We're going to learn a lot. So I know some of you know who I'm talking about, but some of you do not. And it will be a pleasure to meet. He's actually an Asian guy just like me, and his father is from the same city as my father, so lots of common point here. So definitely enjoy talking to this guy, and you would want to make sure. I think what this guy has to provide, you've never heard it on YouTube before. So we're going to understand the security of cryptocurrencies. Cashflow is always worried about security. Definitely tune in for that, Cashflow Hunter. And then, yes, I'm excited about the next interviews coming up. And I'll try to make another stream maybe tomorrow. I'm going to stay. Yeah, shout out to JB. You know who I'm talking about. I'll try to make another stream tomorrow. I'll just have to make sure I have all my points ready. But again, I want to make 3 streams a week. I'm going to stay faithful to that schedule. So with that said, guys, thank you for being here. We'll spend a lot of time today. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to the chat. Make sure you like the button, share the videos, because we share a lot of gems here. And we'll go from there. Nice to see you guys. See you until next time.